this is different. And I love it, man, because it got me thinking like I was back at school again. I don't even know where you come up with these questions. I want to know how you come up with these kids. You're so innovative. I'm like, look, I mean, your mind is good. Like you said, you're a history teacher, and your mind is going all over the place.
And it's also wonderful to hear people talk sanely to each other.
You have something amazing going with the show because you're there and you're educating us.
It's just returning the love that you give us, man. And whenever I see somebody that cares so much about what they're doing and puts so much energy and time into it and brings so many people together the way you do.
Sure. Your platform gives us an opportunity to really let our guard down. And I've never told anybody in public about that experience with my dad. And on your platform, I don't know why I did that, because it's so comfortable and we're talking about things that matter.
I love the little anecdote of comedy with your would you pay for it? Would you not? That I love that. I love how you added that in to kind of break up the tension a little bit because it gets serious.
We want to know people's stories,
I concur.
And that's what TKN does, So I love it.
First name Michaela, last name Skinner. Welcome, my friend, to round 2 of the tournament.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. Yeah, this was seriously such a blast. I was so excited to come on here. Yeah, it's been incredible. I've had so much fun being here, I appreciate it.
Uplifting human being. Last name Ferrigno, first name Lou. Lou, welcome, my friend.
Thank you. That's the best introduction I've ever heard in my life. You know something? You need to quit the show and be my moderator and travel with me.
Together for a majestic, out of this world, one-of-a-kind human being. First name Vivica, last name Fox. Welcome, my friend.
Whoa, that was an awesome introduction. Let me tell you that. I don't think I've ever had anyone read my resume with such flow.
Avi is a poet, but he doesn't know it, but his feet show it. You're unbelievable.
Last name Wilkins, first name Lenny. Lenny, welcome, my friend, to the celebrity tournament.
Well, thank you for having me, and I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to this. It should be fun.
Last name Murphy, first name Calvin. Calvin, welcome to the tournament, my friend.
Damn. You said it just like I wrote it.
But these rhymes are going to wind down as I've reached the home stretch, the one and only Tretch.
I appreciate it. A lot of these rappers out there.
You gave me good eargasm tonight, man. I love your voice. I love the things that you talk about.
Well, you're the best I've seen. You're the Michael Jordan or LeBron James, whoever you want to make the GOAT.
This is why your audiences love you. This is why you continue to great guests, and great guests beget great guests.
And to listen to you speak, man, kind of remind me of one of my friends was Tip O'Neill, the Speaker of the House, and what a smooth voice he had. Your voice and the way you project everything and share with your heart. You got an incredible gift as well.
I just want to do this again and again. I feel like I've made friends. And again, I've taken the competition part of it out because I've just enjoyed talking to you guys tonight.
Oh man, most definitely. This is, I think my top. I mean, because when you do the intro you gave me, I gotta give it to you. I like.
You deserve it.
It really, truly kind of blows my mind every time when we can get this many people together, thinking, mind melding, positive, not having to agree all the time with everything. But not getting ugly about it, and not, it's just I feel like it's a microcosm of what it could be.
I can count my friends on one hand. Well, wait, on one finger. You.
Oh man, thank you so much, my friend. Because if you don't heal from what hurts you, you'll bleed on people that never even cut you to begin with. It had nothing to do with your pain.
All right.
So
tell him.
You guys are bringing the best out of me.
I mean, yes, pain is inevitable. I mean, there's a reason we have these sensors in our body. I mean, they're warning signs. In other words, something hurts. Obviously, something is amiss.
But she would sit at the kitchen table looking out the window for quite a period of time while the food was getting prepared. And I wish I had took that time to sit down with her and ask her questions about her being a child, along with my aunts, my uncles, so I could not only be a blessing to her and know more and sympathize and love her more as a mother, but also to know more about myself and my sisters and understand where we've come from.
This thing has drawn me out of myself and thereby drawn me into myself. But I learned a lot. And from you, Acie, I always learned something from you.
Continue to work as hard as you can, because by working, Acie, you will keep yourself busy and get used to the grief.
More underrated, we have Billy D. Williams, Italian men named Skippy or Unicycle.
I'm sorry, Italian men named Skippy. Put me away, Acie.
Archie Bunker, the mountain climber. Ralph Cramden, the yoga instructor. Or Don Corleone, the computer repair person.
It's clearly an issue with the hard drive.
I'm going to go Don Corleone.
Here, the reason I'm going for Christmas is because it does create those amazing memories that I've, and Sarge, I know you've been there too, because I've seen you at so many different great events for Muscular Dystrophy Association.
You compete with yourself. The Joe Reed, especially working with him, taking pictures in the magazine, helping me to shape my body and educate my mind.
There are those of us who like to venture to the unexplored, to see the beauty in the strange and unknown. Those of us who go out there with a sense of wonder.
God, matters not how straight the gate, how punishment charged the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul.
There is nothing that was on TV tonight that even remotely rivals what we did on this broadcast.
Hi, I'm Rick Barry, a member of the Basketball Hall of Fame and one of the NBA's top 50 players. And I'm really excited to tell you about my new relationship in the broadcasting world with the new network.
It's TKN, and a young man named Avi Klein has poured his blood, sweat, and tears into creating this new network and assembling an amazing group of individuals.
Legends from every walk of life who are just bringing their knowledge and their experience and their wisdom, and this is amazing. I feel like this is a cosmic convergence of what is most important to him, and he's such a stand-up guy.
Avi, congratulations. I don't know anybody that can talk as much as you. Seriously, I thought I could talk. You are unreal. What you do it with class, understanding, professionalism. You're simply amazing. I told you that when I first met you, and you ran off my autobiography. It basically was a book. It was simply fantastic. And to think that you do that every show.
It's very respectful, and he really connects with the artists and his audiences. And I felt like this guy's onto something, and I'm proud to be a part of this with him.
And I really thank your support. I lost my father, and you were the first person to support me in all that, and I thank you so much for that.
The greatest wealth is when you can share it with someone. You can share your victories, you can share your failure, you can express your deepest feelings, but the greatest wealth is to be able to say that I have a friend, and I feel an unbelievable level of wealth, and a lot of that is because I have somebody like you.
Earl, are you here to win the whole darn tournament?
I don't play. I just win.
Robert, would you like to win this entire tournament?
You know, all those luminaries and athletes and strongmen notwithstanding, the most dangerous place on this show is between me and that prize. That's all I'm going to say.
You're chomping at the bit to get in this thing.
Oh, yeah, man. I've been telling you, brother. You brought up some names to me, and I was like, I can't wait. I hope they don't see me, because it's going to be on like a steaming pot of neck bones, baby, and I'm not playing.
Are you here to win the entire thing, my friend?
I'll just say this, Abby. Winner, chicken dinner.
But are you here to win the entire celebrity tournament when it's all said and done?
I saw a very familiar face in Mike Rotundo, better known as IRS, and he said that he was here for the winner chicken dinner, and I want to take away that chicken dinner, so yes, I want to win this whole shebang.
Last name Smith, first name Joe. Joe Smith, welcome, my friend.
Oh my God, Avi. Where did you get all of that from? Oh my God.
Welcome to episode 251. This is the 251st live consecutive episode here on Saturday nights. We've got the green room. We've got the celebrity tournament. You've seen it all. We are coming off of this fantastic, amazing, wonderful show of 250 that celebrated all of us and all of you, because we wouldn't be here without you, the engine that makes this thing go, and all of the work that we do backstage to bring you these free purview events each and every week. Every Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, you can find us right here on YouTube. Hello, I am seeing all of your wonderful comments right here. Hello, the Cinema Club. Ready as always. Phil, yes, we are. Hello, Sal. Hello, Eric. So happy to see all of you. Keep bringing your friends and family in. Tell them to comment, because these live comments are really helping us out on YouTube right now. We have made a ton of headway on YouTube in the year and a half that we have been active here. But all of your support, all of those likes, remember to hit that thumbs up button for us, please. All of those subscriptions, we have 78.5 thousand right now. Can you believe that? In a year and a half, we are close to 80,000. Ooh, think we can reach 100K by the end of the year? I think so. So keep spreading that word. The best way to do that, if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Join those 78.5 thousand who have. We have over 4.6 million views. Watch those videos. That adds that view count. Comment when we are live. Comment on the videos after, and share them with your friends and family. Then, yes, we will have those new subscribers and those new views and those new comments. And all of that is going to help us continue to bring you this wonderful edutainment for free each and every week. And if you've been paying attention, we aren't just coming to you live on Saturday nights. We are also coming to you live on Wednesday nights with the Black Box and the Celebrity Team Challenge. But right now, we have over 4.6 million views and 78.5 thousand subscribers. And if you don't see one of your friends here yet who usually watches this, make sure they've hit that notification button too, because that little bell will tell them when we are live, when we've got a new video up, what's going on, who's up next, who they've missed. Got a friend who's been on the fence? Share one of the videos with them. Literally something for everyone. And as of this weekend, we have not 151 like you saw in the intro, 153 Hall of Famers from the world of sports, music, and pro wrestling, and Olympians and major award winners and nominees. So congratulations are in order to Jake Hager and David Tank Abbott, who have officially been inducted into the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame this weekend, raising that number of round 2 participants, of celebrity tournament participants between rounds 1 and 2, counting the NHL Hall of Famer, who will be on next week for sure, to 153. How cool is that? 153 Hall of Famers, Olympians, and major award winners and nominees. And many of them are multiples of these. We have athletes with Grammy Awards. We have Olympians who also are in wrestling halls of fame. We have people who have done it all. We have Olympians who are storytellers. We have storytellers who are athletes. We have wrestling combines all of it into one. Oh my gosh. Where else can bring you this kind of edutainment? Where else can bring you this sport of the mind, all for free, all the time, every week, every Saturday, without missing a beat? No reruns, no repeats. That's the topic. 2.1 thousand viewers tonight alone. Thank you. I see that. Thank you, Power Store. Hello, Howard. Where else can you see 153 Hall of Famers and award winners? Hello, Classy. Welcome to episode 251. And Olympians, all competing for the pride and the prize. And what a pride and a prize it is, because this is the most star-studded tournament on the planet. Currently at stake is $15,000 by the time we end this entire run, which is currently slated at 8 rounds. A trip for 2 5 days, 5 nights to Greece, the Tom Sizemore Memorial Cup, and the pride of standing atop that field and saying, you beat all of these people in this most competitive contest, in this sport of the mind. But along the way, we've had philosophical fun, and strangers have become friends. Now, you may think I'm excited because I'm a cast member, but I ran down all of those numbers for you, so clearly I'm not the only one who thinks that, because 78.5 thousand subscribers and 4.6 million views are not wrong. You know it. I know it. But you know what else I know? What is the one thing you can always expect from a new network production? That is the unexpected. Hey, Eagle John, welcome! Live from Caesar's Palace! Thanks for showing up, Eagle John. No, we love having you here, and your comments are always awesome and on point and super intelligent, and that's what we love. Expect the unexpected. You always know there's going to be at least one surprise in every show. One. One's a very important number. It only takes one of you to tell one of your friends, one of your family members, and then have them tell one of their friends and one of their family members about us. It takes one of us to come in and judge. It takes one singular mind, the mind of Avi Klein, to bring us together and deliver all of those fantastic topics. There are over 850 at this point. And tonight, we have that one surprise in the form of my co-host. That's right. Tonight, that surprise is someone who has been working tirelessly behind the scenes for 2.5 years, paired up with Avi, super integral to everything all the new network has done, has brought us to heights unimaginable, further and further up, has given us there's a little hint, some of these wonderful names that you are seeing week in and week out. And remember, it's not just about the name and the fame and the acclaim. It is about the person behind the accolades. My co-host tonight has also a 2-time national champion. His gymnastics team has won twice the national championship. So that's really awesome. And we saw him a couple of weeks ago make a little cameo at the end of the Celebrity Team Challenge match that appeared on a Saturday night. That July 4th weekend, July 5th to be exact, where we had David Tank Abbott. Now we can say Pro Wrestling Hall of Famer David Tank Abbott. We had WWE legend Jacques Rougeau. And we had on that evening one Mr. NBA great Paul McKeskey. And at the end of that fantastic match, my co-host jumped on screen and said a quick hello. And tonight, I would like to officially welcome to TKN Saturday Nights, Mich!
What's up? Thank you, Giselle. How are you?
I am doing great, Mich. I'm so happy you're here with us this evening. How are you?
I'm doing great, and I first want to say congratulations to you, Avi, the whole team. 250 episodes last week. Amazing, amazing. I'm so glad to be a part of it, and I can't emphasize enough our man Avi, the best man there is in the game, founded this incredible TKN network along with this show on Saturday nights. I'm just enjoying watching all these celebrities be on the show every week, and even behind the scenes what they're all doing. Special shout out going out to Progresso Soup, doing an amazing job, helping out a lot of these celebrities off the screen. And then you can't forget about Amazon Prime that we are so excited to be a part of with us as well. So I'm just glad to be here tonight, and this is going to be a fun evening. I can't wait.
I can't wait either. I'm super happy you're here. And is that your national winning team?
Yeah, so that's one of my older teams. This year I'm with Faulkner's Elite Gymnastics. I own the gym with my family, my wife Tony, along with my 2 kids, Champ and Cameron. This year my team went to NGA Nationals. We did it in Virginia Beach. And my silver team ended up being state, regional, national champions. A little over 50 teams we were against from all over the country. Amazing. And in 2 years, my first year, we opened up our gym. Our gold team ended up winning a national championship as well. So it's been great. And now we're just building on the adrenaline going, getting girls going into level 9, which is exciting. And if I recall, you were a gymnast.
I was mostly a dancer, but I always followed gymnastics in the Olympics and outside of that. It was very popular in the 90s after the Magnificent Seven.
Yeah.
And my sister did a bit of gymnastics, but there was always tumbling aspects involved in a lot of the work I've done. So I've always loved watching the floor exercises in particular, and bars just look like it's so much fun to fly. So it certainly has a special place in my heart. That's really cool.
Yeah, that's right where we were. It's just amazing to watch these kids to build. A lot of these girls are putting in 20 plus hours in the gym. And a lot of these girls want to do either acro scholarships in college, do gymnastics in college, and some just love the sport, stay in shape, and enjoy what they're doing. I just love it. The kids are great, and it's like a big family, our team. Avi's met some of these kids. He's seen them. He's watched them grow. So we're just building on it and just continuing to make these kids have a great extracurricular activity as well as staying in school and doing well.
That's awesome. Eagle John, but I actually am live from Caesar Palace in Atlantic City. What? And you're still tuned into us, Eagle John. This is why we love you. You're awesome. Chilling at the boardwalk with an adult beverage and checking out the Avi Express. Thank you so much for not giving that up. And Phil, Mich and Avi is better than Batman and Robin. I think that was actually a topic at some point. So, Mich, what do you think about that? Mich and Avi, better than Batman and Robin?
We're quite the twosome. I mean, it's a lot. I mean, helping with this show and seeing all the different celebrities. We have so many friends. It's like we're opening up that Rolodex every day, trying to get that special surprise that's coming out. And I mean, if you're looking, Giselle, I mean, look at what we've got coming up in the next couple months. As you and I have been saying, and Avi, now we're starting the second tier of the second round. And I mean, just the names that we are so fired up about. I mean, let's just take a look. We got the Incredible Hulk, Lou Ferrigno, is coming up soon, and it's going to be amazing to see that guy come back again. He's already been one. People love this guy, and I mean, look at him coming in, and then Mr. Hollywood is what I call him. He's all over the place. He's been on TV. We see him on TV on a regular basis. John Goodman. I mean, that's another great one that I'm really excited to see what happens and who's going to get paired with who with this rest of the second round. And I mean, look at the names that we've already had early on in the second round. It's an amazing thing.
It is. It is. We are nearing the final lap of round number 2 right now. Yes, Power Store, that is a great lineup indeed. And there is a lot more to come because in this final lap are the biggest names from round number 2 and 11th hour. They will all be coming in. I have a few I'm personally looking forward to seeing. John Goodman, no way. If you've been paying attention, you might have seen some hints about that. And it looks like that is fairly confirmed at this point, but you never know what's going to happen or who he will be paired with. I am looking forward to seeing 2-time Winter Olympic medalist Nancy Kerrigan coming in quite soon. She's a favorite. She's at the top of my list. Much like gymnastics, I always enjoyed figure skating as well. It had a lot of that dance element to it. And she was wonderful in her first match. So I can't wait to see what she does in round number 2. And
yeah, I mean, Nancy's an amazing person. I had the opportunity actually to work with her a while back in Mexico. We did a big charity celebrity golf tournament. And her husband and her were amazing to work with. And we've just kept that relationship, Avi and I, and Nancy and her husband. We've all, Jerry's been great as well. And it's just been an amazing road watching her and all the things that she has done. And now with her coming up in the tournament is going to be an exciting thing. Somebody else I'm really excited about, Giselle, is a mentor of mine. I started in the entertainment world when I was in college at Barton College. And in 2000, I had the opportunity to work for the greatest in talk show host of all time. It gets no better than Sally Jesse Raphael. And Sally was somebody that I look to this day, I would not be where I am today with gymnastics and working in entertainment as this lady. And I mean, to get her to be a part of this show is something that is really remarkable and exciting. And in between myself and Avi, we're loving it. And Sally's just coming on very soon. It's going to be an amazing time when she returns back to the TKN show.
Hello, Frank. Welcome to episode 251. We are so happy to see you here tonight. That's also Mich. How did you get started with Sally Jesse Raphael? How did you get started in the entertainment business? How did that come about?
Well, I played a golf scholarship in college, and my main thing was I always wanted to live in the Big Apple, New York City, which I did. And my goal was to work in television. So I applied for my internship. My dad was like, every week, you got to write a letter. A lady that I'll never forget, a lady by the name of Jennifer Lubin, gave me that opportunity. She hired me as an intern, and I was putting in like 40, 80 hours a week in there, and I absolutely loved it. Graduated from college and decided I'm going to New York. And I had the opportunity to work on the WB television show Change a Heart, and it went from there, and it was an amazing accomplishment. And Avi and I have now been friends for many years now, and it's been a great thing. And I just love, as I keep saying, what we're doing here. We get to work with so many great people. on and off the entertainment world, which is amazing.
And guys and gals and pals, you won't see my face just yet, but I guarantee you're going to see another face right now, who so happens to be someone that Mich is going to bring in, a Hall of Famer. We're starting the show out with a Hall of Famer.
Let's go, Bobby. Let's do it.
He's not only an all-time great, he's a class act, he's a legend, he's a bona fide superstar in many different continents. I'll allow Mich, if he can, to bring in someone he knows, because remember, tonight, every single person you're seeing, they might be on for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, briefly, but they're going to announce their participation in this tournament. Let's hear it right now, Mich, for our first guest.
I can't say enough about this guy. This is a close friend of mine. I love this guy. We go back many, many years. You guys have seen him all over the globe. He's one of the greatest of all time. And I can't say enough about how great he is. And he still is doing so much. And we're going to break some news with this guy tonight that I can't wait about.
Wow.
At this time, let's welcome WWE Hall of Famer, Bushwhacker Luke from the Bushwhackers. What's up, man?
Whoa, good day, Mitch.
I hear you, man. How are you?
Tonight. I'm so excited about this event. It's great to be here, mate.
Thank you, my man. And hey, before we go any deeper, Luke, are you ready to win the TKN Celebrity Show and go take a trip and win $15,000 in a trip to Greece for two? Are you ready?
Mate, I can't bloody well wait.
Let's do
so
it.
Excited. Whoa!
I hear you.
Well, I can't bloody well wait to see you in it. Why do you want to do this tournament? What is drawing you in to the celebrity tournament, Luke?
I've been hearing about it for a long time, but now it's my turn.
Ooh, and you think you can win? You think you can beat the 153 Hall of Famers that are already in here and Olympians?
Well, I'm going to give it a bloody good try, girl. A bloody good try.
I think
Luke, hey, so as we go back, I know we have some great news to let everybody know. You're returning to the ring for some special things coming up this year and next year. What do you think about it? I think that's going to be an amazing thing to get to see Luke back in the ring, coming down, doing his normal walk, which is going to be awesome.
At 79 years of age, I'll be doing my Bushwhacker walk into the ring. And let's see how I go when I get in there. There'll be a lot of, there won't be much head licking, but there'll be a lot of ass kicking.
Ooh!
I'm with you, Luke. Hey, Luke. So how is everything going? I know you're out in the Florida area. We've been having those hurricanes and bad weather and everything. How are you doing, buddy? Everything going well for you and the family?
All we had wrong was we had to put a new roof on our house. But apart from that, I once lived on the beach for 18 years, right on the water. But now I'm inland. I got smart. I moved inland and I'm 28 feet above water.
And I want everyone to know this, Bushwhacker
and I
Luke,
saved a lot of money.
Welcome, my friend. You're going to see my face soon when you compete in this tournament, but I want to let everybody know this is a man, guys and gals, that overcame so much. In New Zealand, there wasn't even a TV until 1967. The programming would come on at 3 o'clock in the morning or in the afternoon and get over at 8 o'clock at night. The main show at 8 o'clock at night was Top Cat, right?
Right, that's right, mate. Yeah, we never got that TV till 1968, 69.
Absolutely. And then your first work in North America was Montreal in 1972.
That's right. That's correct, mate. I've been in the business for 63 years.
Wow. Guys, any questions you have for Luke? Now, again, we're giving you kind of like a bonus sneak appearance. Luke's not going to be here for a long time tonight. He is going to be here soon for the celebrity tournament. That's going to be amazing. But any questions you have for Luke? Mich, I know you know Luke really well. I'm glad he's on this show. This is his debut. He's a Hall of Famer. He's a legend. Guys, any questions real quick before Luke departs?
Yeah, leave some in the comments if you have one for them. But Luke, we have one Mountie in round 3 of this tournament already, Jacques Rougeau. If you spent some time in Montreal, did you come across the Rougeau family? And what
yes, I did. Yes, but Jacques was only a kid then. I wrestled against his brother in 1973 They were the opposition to the company that I was working for. I was working for the biggest company in North America at the time, Grand Prix, owned by the Vachons and Andre the Giant. Well, Gene Paris had just come to United to North America. So I was 9 months after him. So everything was hot. Everything was boiling over. It was a great time for wrestling in Canada. And the Rougeaus were opposition. But I came back for a joint show in 73. And I wrestled against his brother.
I think it was either Armand or Raymond, right?
Raymond Rougeau and his brother-in-law, who was the next Mr. Canada.
Incredible. I want everyone to know this again. Guys, Luke, just to let you know, you're in good company here because of the 153 Hall of Famers from sports, wrestling, and the Oscar winners we got here, Grammy. We got some people, of course, that you were really close with, people you've also been up and down the road with. We've got guys and gals and pals, the legendary Stan Hansen. He's, of course, part of this. Jake the Snake Roberts, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. So many people are part of this. Howard, I'm going to throw you in here. One question for Luke and only one question for Luke tonight. Howard, any question you have for WWE Hall of Famer Bushwhacker Luke?
Just a great pleasure to be on the screen with all three of you guys and you as well. Luke, just an amazing work. I'm curious, Luke, is there a particular topic that you would like to kind of get your hands on or discuss?
A complete what, sir?
Yeah, is there any particular topic you would want to discuss?
No, one of the highlights of my life, that was Wembley Stadium, 1992 WWE, when it was Bret, or WWF, when it was Bret Hart against his brother-in-law, Davey Boy, the British Bulldog.
Oh, man.
96,400. And, to get those in the arena, it takes about 3 hours. And Hacksaw Jim Duggan butchered me with the first match of the night. And boy, we didn't have to do anything. It was ho from Duggan, and it was whoa from me and yay from Butch.
I'll tell you what, it looks like
we did that for 9 minutes.
9 minutes, guys. Guess what? I'm going to let Bushwhacker Luke know that another person in this tournament, we saw him in round number 1. We're going to see him in round number 2. Brian Knobs of the Nasty Boys says he might want to face Bushwhacker Luke in this tournament. What do you think about that, Luke?
Mate, I'd have to take it. Hey, I'd have to do what Brian Knobs does best. I'd have to give him the Kiwi the arm spot.
A little Pity City stuff.
Pity City, yeah, but it's not Pity City. It's Kiwi City.
Yes.
I'd have to go out in the field. I'd have to go out in the field, chase a lot of sheep around, so I get that good moist armpit.
Man, I gotta tell you, Luke, I'm having a blast with you, my friend. You are awesome. Any friend of Mitch is a friend of ours. Guys, you just found out that Luke is throwing his name in the proverbial hat to join the biggest and most star-studded tournament. 4.5 million of you are watching this network. Bushwhacker Luke is now going to be a part of this great tournament. He could win $15,000. He could go to the Greece for 5 days and 5 nights, first class. I'm going to let Mitch close this out any way he'd like with his good friend Luke. Thank you for joining us tonight. Mitch, the floor is yours.
Hey, all I have to say is I can't wait to have Bushwhacker Luke in this tournament. It's going to be happening soon. It's going to be an amazing ride, and I can't say enough for thanking him for stopping in on a Saturday night to join you and I, Giselle, this evening. It's an amazing accomplishment. And Bushwhacker Luke, you always are the best in the game, and we love you, and thanks for coming in tonight.
I'm looking forward to this, Mitch. Hey, I'm biting at the bit, as they say in a horse race.
I hear you, buddy. And hey, we'll see you soon. On behalf of myself, Giselle, Avi, and the team, thank you again. Have a great weekend. We'll see you soon.
See you soon. Whoa!
Thanks, buddy. Right. Wow, Giselle, this is crazy tonight. We're bringing the guests in from places that nobody's expecting it. And I mean, I'm excited what's going on right now.
I was not expecting Bushwhacker Luke to show up this very night. I know it's going to have we have a huge pro wrestling fan base. It's going to have a lot of them excited. And can you imagine? He gets through 11th hour. He makes it to round 2. He could face Mark Henry. who's a perennial favorite in this. That could definitely be some entertainment.
Or we could even go deeper. He could even face off on somebody that everybody's been waiting on coming in on that second round. Jesse the Body Ventura.
Can you imagine Jesse Ventura? Oh my
Jesse
gosh.
the Body Ventura we could be looking at. Or
what if it's another Jesse? What if it's a Sally Jesse versus Luke? You never know what combinations we're gonna have.
Avi, Giselle, this is crazy. We got 2 possible Jessies that could be joining this tournament, and it could happen soon. So I mean, everybody's got to tune in as we keep going on this journey, all of us, each and every week.
You are so right, Mitch and Giselle. And again, we call this the sport of the mind. We have philosophical fun. We tackle topics that are deep. I love conceiving them. I love seeing people dig deep, and we're all about positivity. At the end of the day, yes, it's a tournament, but this is a place where strangers leave as friends. We learn a lot about each other in this virtual sphere, and I can't wait to learn about our next guest, Mitch, because he's in the back, someone you know as well. Guys and gals and pals, I give it over to Mitch.
So I can't say enough about this next guest we're bringing in. He's been a friend of mine now for 20 years. I'm based in North Carolina, and so is this gentleman. I mean, this guy does so much for charity. He does a lot for the country. And this guy is a Hollywood actor. And I mean, he was a former Department of Defense and Martial Arts for the U.S. military. But I know him as somebody from G.I. Joe. I mean, G.I. Joe, we all know him from G.I. Joe. I love to call this guy, he's a friend of mine. We do a lot of stuff together, especially we got to get out on the golf course links. And he loves, as I said, these charity things. He's writing some new books. We're going to learn a lot about this guy tonight. So let's give it up for our boy. We know him as the North Korean leader of G.I. Joe. Let's say what's up, Augustus Cho. What's up, man?
Hello, gentlemen. Lady there.
What's happening, Augustus? How are you, buddy?
Excellent. And thank you for such a gracious introduction. I wish
Absolutely.
most of that was true, but you know,
You're the man. I mean, as I just said in the introduction, you and I go back over 20 years together, and we've done so many different things when it comes to the charities, helping with the Jimmy V Celebrity Golf Classic, the Duke Children's Classic, helping try to cure cancer is a big thing. And then we go into doing other types of events, personal appearances you've done, which is amazing. You and I have met at a mall 20 some years ago. We met at a mall in Durham, North Carolina. He was promoting G.I. Joe. I walked up to him. I said, I love your look. You see him tonight. And it's like, Augustus, man, great to meet you. Big fan. We got to do some stuff together. And we hit it off as a friendship.
And you are the man. You have done so much for our community.
Thank you.
And probably more than North Carolina. So I really, really appreciate that. And activities we've done, the parades and all those things, I really owe you a lot. And it was my pleasure meeting you at that South Point Mall in Durham, North Carolina, because Paramount Studio gave me and the USO that I got in contact with before the movie actually premiered. We got a private screening, and we invited all the armed forces families based in Fort Bragg and Marine Corps and Air Force, and they all came down to South Square Mall. South Point Mall, and we signed posters, and we gave them a free screening before it was nationally released. And I had some of the actors come down from the film set, so we had a great time. And I think the military families enjoyed it. We got a big coverage out of the National USO as well. All thanks to you, Mitch. You're a good man.
Thank you. And I mean, Giselle, we can even look at it. My grand opening a couple years ago with the gym, which is even cool. Augustus was a part of the grand opening with that, with the TV radio. Augustus was right there. So, as I said, we both love the community, and that was a special day too, opening the gym, and Augustus a part of it. So Augustus, when I introduced you, so give us an update of what's going on, especially with the writing of these books and the projects you're currently working on.
My pleasure. Before I do that, I want to talk about your gym opening. I'm glad you finally got it open. We had to go through a number of hurdles to get it open.
We did.
And I know you wanted Bruce Willis there, but he couldn't come, so I came on his happy, and we did what we could.
Hey, and I love that about you. I mean, you and I, we've seen so many great things through the years, and we've always remained close, which is amazing.
Let me tell you, from bottom of my heart, you are a great North Carolinian.
And you're the best. So,
I'm a
but
close second.
before you go into your book, I just have one question. Are you excited to be on the TKN show? And are you ready to try to win that $15,000 and a trip to Greece for two and win this amazing virtual tournament?
Well, let me tell you, I don't know if I can follow up Bushwhacker, Luke. So maybe I should just gracefully back out now as a gentleman. You know what I mean?
We don't want that, buddy.
I am
You
not
got
a
to be
fighter.
ready to go.
Do you want to see Augustus Cho back out of the celebrity tournament now?
Let's
go.
I am not a fighter. I'm a lover. So, you know.
Actually, no.
But as we say, martial arts, let the best man win.
Let's
there
get
you
it.
go. There you go.
Yeah,
One thing I can't say about Koreans, we're like the British. We like a good fight.
absolutely.
So I'm good with that. But anyway, you know, go ahead. Go ahead, Giselle.
Yeah. So you seem very close with Mich, and friendship seems to be very important to you. And we always say on here that strangers become friends. You have this very homegrown sense about you. You seem very loyal. Do you think that's going to be an advantage in this competition?
Your guess is good as mine. I've done a number of things, but a soothsayer, I'm not. So I have no idea.
Well, what do you think some of your advantages are in a tournament like this?
I guess, you know, anyone can get lucky, right? So you never know.
Well, Augustus, let me say this. First off, Augustus, I echo your sentiments, because anybody who speaks so highly of Mich is already a friend of mine. Mich is fantastic in so many ways. Tireless, a family man, dedicated to his family, puts his family first, puts the community first. Someone who I go back with a long time. So when you spoke of him, I was glowing. I felt like everything you said about him was absolutely true. It also mirrors me. No, I'm kidding. But what I will say is this, Augustus. You are part of now an official tournament that has 153 Hall of Famers from the world of sports, music, pro wrestling, not to mention Oscar, Grammy, Tony, Emmy, Golden Globe winners. We got John Goodman. We got Willem Dafoe. We've got so many people in this. And here's the thing. It's a sport of the mind, and it's philosophical. So I'm going to give you a bit of a sample. You're not going to have to answer this, but some of the questions I've had in this tournament are very deep, and I think you'll do great with them. One of the topics that actually I brought up in the last few weeks to some of our celebrities was, if you could select one deceased historical figure to make you or to accompany you on a journey through time to teach your craft, who would that be and why? Who would you choose from history to accompany you to help teach something you're passionate about, Augustus?
And I am not going to say Jesus. So relax.
We've got
you hear that a lot.
We've got a running tally of Jesus, Martin Luther King, and JFK and Abraham Lincoln.
Yes.
I'm sure that's the case. But I'm glad you asked, because the person that I would really, really like to have spoken with and met and picked his brain is an author who passed away maybe about 4 or 5 years ago.
Right.
And his name is Webb, W-E-B Griffin.
Yes.
And oh my God, he is my numero uno author. W-E-B stands for William E. Butterworth. That's his real name, William E. Butterworth,
That's right.
Butterworth Griffin. And he wrote a number of series that take place.
The Lieutenants. MASH goes to New Orleans.
Yes, that's true too. And he wrote a series starting with the Brotherhood of War that encompasses a generation of army. And then he goes into the Corps that covers the entire genre of the Marines. And I've read that number of times. Whenever I want to escape from life, I go and pick up his books. And I have virtually all of his books. And for some reason, his life and my life kind of crisscross, because all the characters that he writes about in the book shows up in Philadelphia, Delaware, Fort Bragg. And it's like, wow, man, I've been to all these places. And it's like, Webb, I need to pick your brain. But what's most amazing about Webb Griffin is that he writes sagas. His stories take place generally maybe 40 years. But even though the stories take place and the characters are in uniform, it's really not about uniform. It's really not about war. It really comes down to human relationships. And no one describes a character as well as he does in one paragraph. He'll introduce one person in one paragraph, and I feel like I've known this guy. And he's an incredible writer. And he's my, I guess, role model as I try to write some of these stories. So
It seems like you place emphasis, and I do as well, on human connection.
yes, I think, I'm sure there is God, and I'm not going to define who God is, but without humans working together through one connection or another, what can we accomplish? No one builds the Empire State Building by himself, right? It takes
I would agree with
thousands
that,
of
yeah.
hands and thousands of ideas to put it together. So relationship to me is very important. And out of most of the human characteristics, to me, one of the top 5 is loyalty. And that's what Mich and I try
love
to
that.
have together.
And I was gonna say,
without
because
loyalty-
I don't need 1,000 hands when Mich is here, because I feel like I already have 1,000 hands with 2 of Mitch's, because the man does everything, and that's that. I mean, again, with so much, and we're gonna keep embarrassing Mich. Let's keep embarrassing Mich and tell him how great he is.
All right, let's go.
We do have someone here in the comments.
Timeout.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Giselle. Giselle, we got someone here in the comment section that knows Augustus. George Gain says Augustus is an honorable man. I know him personally, and he deserves to win. That's from George, Augustus.
let me tell you about my friend George. My friend George is an honorable, discharged soldier who has served for 20 years and is a Korean Army NCO. And
Wow.
he has taught me so much about being in uniform and what it's like to be a grunt and what it's like to be shot at. And he experiences certain PTSD as a result of all those things, understandably so. But he is an incredibly wonderful person and a great American. And I miss him
love that.
because
I love that.
He used to live in
Amazing.
Cary, North Carolina with me. He's my buddy here. But then he moved up to the mountains of western part of the state, and I miss him a lot. And thank you, George. I still love you.
Yes. And guys,
Thank you,
I'm going to
George,
ask you
for
guys to
your
have some
comments
questions
tonight.
for Augustus. Of course, Giselle, if she has a question. Howard, you're going to prep a question for Augustus. I'm going to start off with my first question for Augustus. Augustus, it's, again, sort of a philosophical question here. We do call this a place where we have philosophical fun. There's probably a lot of ways to answer this question. I realize that. But off the top of your head, what makes you stand tall in life? What makes you stand tall?
And I know you're not talking about height. You're talking about metaphorically standing tall. But I think to stand tall as a human being is to have self-respect.
Sure.
To me, when I used to teach martial arts in general and Taekwondo in particular, and I had a creed: self-discipline, self-control leads to self-respect, and I still abide by that. You form self-discipline, and you learn self-control, and that leads to self-respect. And if you can respect yourself, then you can respect other people.
So well said.
So that to me is philosophically something that I think people should strive for.
I love that answer, and it's, again, very heartfelt. I'm sure a lot of people concur. Howard, I'm going to bring you up here on screen to ask Augustus any question you might have.
Again, grateful to be on this panel with all 4 of you individuals. Augustus, why is storytelling important to you?
I think because every human being wants to leave something behind. And not everyone can be the president of the United States. Not everybody can be a great actor in Hollywood or accomplish these great scientific discoveries. But we all have this desire to leave something for posterity. And most of us have accomplished something in our life that we can share with our children. And Mich, he's got 2 sons right now. They must be 7. Is your older one about 7 or so?
9 and 5. You're close, Augustus.
Oh my God. Time flies, Mich. I remember when they were this small.
Yep.
But anyway, we want to leave something behind for them to learn from. And this is why I think storytelling is important. And this is part of the reason why I write these things that I'm writing and working on, which I enjoy doing because it's also intellectually challenging. It keeps your mind young. And when you're my age, anything to keep your mind young is welcome. But all of us have a story to tell. It doesn't have to be a great story. It doesn't even have to be a long story. But we all have experienced something in our life that we can leave for others to glean from. And that is the reason why I think story writing is important. Whether it's written or oral, video. It doesn't really matter, but we all need to leave something behind, and that's the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing now. Because at my age, there's only so many movies you can make, but I do have stories to tell, so that's what I'm doing.
I love that. Why look to the future for a legacy to leave behind when you can carve it out in the present? I totally agree with you right there. Augustus, I have to ask you another philosophical question. This is something I ponder all the time. Are you one of those people that can wait a full 2 minutes for a meal to be inserted into a microwave? I can never wait 2 minutes. I usually pull it out at about a minute 55. I can never wait the full 2 minutes, Augustus.
See, you're a man of self-control right there. I'm telling you. If you can wait minute and 55 seconds, you're a great man.
So you can't make it to a minute. A lot of people, I think it's a psychological thing. We know that we have to cook or warm something up for 2 minutes, but something in our brain says the microwave is not going to control us. We're going to pull that sucker out.
Exactly. All my education in life came from two sources. First one is Reader's Digest. Remember Reader's Digest?
Yes.
I've learned everything from Reader's Digest. And the other source of my education is Facebook. Isn't that funny?
There you go.
Now,
guys, again, Howard, Giselle, Augustus, thank you for being here. Again, Mitch, we have two guests in the back right now. I believe Jason is in the back. Mitch, I'm going to throw it over to you, my friend. Floor's yours.
Hey, and before we sign off tonight, Augustus, can you just give us one little thing? Let us know, how are those books coming now that you're writing? I know you have a lot of projects in the making, so can you just give us an update?
Yeah, my book number 70 in the series is almost done. I'm in the final stages of editing, and then I'm going to be getting the cover design done. And I've got book on Taekwondo, bodybuilding, and a few others, because I want to share lots of thoughts. But
Absolutely.
this is a thought that I want to leave for everybody. Even though we've lived in the past and we're going to the future, all we have is the present. So live in the moment, and you will enjoy what life has to offer. Ciao.
Amazing. Hey, and again, Augustus, thanks for coming in tonight. We're excited to have you join the TKN family, and we're going to see you soon for your round match coming up soon. So this is going to be great. On behalf of myself, Avi, Giselle, and the team, we can't thank you enough for taking your time this Saturday evening to join us live.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Augustus. See you, buddy. Amazing, Giselle. Amazing what's going on tonight.
What a super cool person. I can't wait to find out more about him through this tournament. You go way back, it seems, and he does seem very loyal, and that could be a quality that helps. And he had no problem diving right in to answer the question, so he's got a fearlessness there.
Super class act guy. I mean, he gives the whole package, so he's going to be an interesting addition to this tournament. I mean, no doubt. I mean, we're already hitting him with a lot of questions tonight, and he wasn't even prepared at all. I just told him he was going to stop by, so it's a pretty cool thing here. And I mean,
right.
I'm excited about it. I know you are, and I'm assuming Avi's pretty pumped up about
I'm
this
pumped
as
up,
well.
and I just want to say this again, guys and gals and pals. Our guests, this is the first time they're on the show, so understanding the format, obviously new to them, but just to give everyone the rundown, whether it's our guests, all of you, 4.5 million strong, Amazon Prime, of course, picking us up for round 3 of the celebrity tournament. This is a place where 2 to 4 celebrities appear online and answer questions, topics, not interviews. I'm not an interviewer. I'm a conversationalist. What we have is 2 topics. They're 2 topics that are fun. They're philosophical. They're not controversial. And essentially, they speak their mind on these topics. Then you vote. Whoever resonates most with you, whoever wins this celebrity tournament wins $15,000, a 5-day, 5-night trip to Greece that's first class. And again, a part of a show that's part of now Amazon Prime. Thanks to our sponsor, Progresso Soup, our national sponsor, that is. We're kicking some butt. We're reminding people that this is a sport of the mind, and I don't mind reminding you that we have philosophical fun. So keep it going. 6-figure views across the board per episode for each of the last second-round tournament matchups. We got a big one next week with 3 Hall of Famers next Saturday night, this same time slot. Right now, what I want to do, we've got an incredible panel backstage. I want to bring in someone that Mitch can, if he'd like to. We did have someone, guys and gals and pals, that I want to bring in, but I'm going to call Mitch on the phone right now because we're live. And Giselle, give us your thoughts so far of our first 2 guests When Mich comes back, our third guest will be here. We're not going to keep anybody waiting in the back. Giselle, your thoughts? I'm going to call Mich on the cell phone. Take it away, Giselle.
Sure. Wow. I know we say we never know what to expect when we're here, but how could I expect Bushwhacker Luke to show up? I am blown away by these people who are announcing, hey, I'm in this tournament. I'm not going to wait for that mystery question mark to show up on my flyer. I'm going to let people know I'm here. And I'm going to let people know I'm here to win. And how cool is this? We are getting people from all over the world. We're expanding to such new heights, different countries being represented, more diversity. This is so cool. I love seeing it. I don't even know what to say about these two, but I'm pretty sure they're...
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. In a tournament that has, again, John Goodman, guys, as you heard, we got Sugar Ray Leonard in the house. The second round, Jesse Ventura, some big names. And, guys, I'm going to bring in Mich right now. Mich is going to come back in and bring in a good friend of his, guys and gals and pals.
And Javi,
you want to talk about power?
I just wanted
you
to
want to
jump
talk
in
about
here, just remind all our viewers tonight, make sure you give that check mark. Follow us on YouTube. We want to keep it moving. We want to continue to grow that family of the TKN network, the TKN Celebrity Talk Show. Let's keep getting those viewers. We want to hear from you, the viewers, as well. Give us your comments tonight.
We wouldn't be talking to Prime and having 6 episodes picked up, Mich. As you know, without the viewers, we love you guys.
Absolutely.
Again, what I want to do is kick it over to Mich. Jason's in the back. Take it away, my friend, whenever you are ready. Good sir.
Well, Giselle, I mean, this is crazy tonight. We got the crew all coming in. This is a close friend of mine. I mean, I love this guy. We just did an event last year overseas. He went to Singapore for me. He's a dad now of another one of 4 kids, and he's a legend. He's one of the original Power Rangers.
What?
He played Wesley Collins in Power Rangers Time Force. And then he went on and he played Alex, the former Red Time Force Ranger. I mean, this guy's legit. He's great. Everybody loves him. He's all over the country with so many projects, so many appearances. And I'm just so glad he made time for us tonight, Saturday night, to join us on the show. Let's welcome in right now the man, Mr. Power Ranger Jason Faunt. What's up, man?
What's up, guys? How are you? Thank you for having me.
I love that background.
Welcome.
I spent a lot of money to get that from the auction, so that's my original suit from the show.
No way.
Yes.
That's really cool.
Well, Jason, hey, thanks as always for all you do. And before we go any farther, I wanted to just say, are you ready for the TKN tournament? Are you ready to win that $15,000, a trip to Greece for 2? Are you ready?
Oh, I am so ready, guys. I've been to almost 30 countries in the past 9 years. My favorite one was Greece.
Whoa.
So I've been before, and I'm excited to try and get back there.
Nice. What do you like?
Hey, and also congratulations on your 4th child. Congratulations. You guys getting any sleep?
No, I'm barely awake right now. I'm never following Augustus again. That guy is so sharp, and I'm over here barely hanging on.
So Jason, you and I go way back. You had a great event last year out in Singapore, which was an amazing experience. I know for you, you had a great time. So what projects are you currently working on? I know you have your hands in a lot of great things coming up. So what's in the making?
Well, I think I'll keep it to the 3 closest right now. Legend of the White Dragon, which was starring myself and Jason David Frank, is finally going to be getting released later this year. Everybody's been waiting for that in high anticipation, of course, due to what happened to Jason. So that's coming out finally in theaters this year. I'm currently producing a cartoon about the Tooth Fairy's daughter called Brush Brigade. So I'm producing a whole animation world. We're hoping we're going to make the next Paw Patrol. That pilot comes out here probably by end of September. Okay. And then I'm very excited. I did a short film with Tom Skerritt called An Old Friend. And it is currently halfway through the festival circuit. It's already won 26 awards. Wow.
That is amazing. Tom's a dear friend. If fans remember him from Alien, the original Alien, of course, 1979. Terrific storyteller. Jason,
Yeah.
welcome. I want
Thank
you to
you.
be here on screen because I want to talk to you about what you're doing. We have someone else backstage we want to introduce as well. I
Yes.
believe with his significant other. I see them both hanging out back there. So why not bring them in right now, guys and pals? Right now we have 4 people on screen. Soon we're gonna have 5. So let's bring in someone who might have the impact of an Andre the Giant slam. Let's welcome in the one and only Bam. Welcome, Bam Margera.
What up? How you doing?
What's going on, Bam?
What's up?
What's up, y'all? Nice to meet everybody.
Hey guys, how are you?
Excited. Yeah, we're excited about everyone's projects and to be part of the group. And of course, we love Thomas from Big Event. So excited to be
Yeah.
And I just wanted
We've
to
been doing
say,
a lot of Comic-Con signings and
Absolutely.
And I just wanted to say
What's
we're
that?
excited,
Yeah, we
Dan,
signed-
for you and your wife to join us with Thomas Unger and Avi. We're excited about the Chill Out Expo that's coming up in October, and then in November the Big Event Sports Expo as well. So we're really excited that you're going to be a part of that.
100%.
Blake, the blue Power Ranger, and
Blake and Bam are friends.
and the red Power Ranger, Steve.
Yeah. We see him all
That's
the time.
very cool.
Good
That's
dude.
very cool. To Danny and to Bam, where are you guys joining us from right now, live, as we're here live? Where are you guys joining us from?
This is Castle Bam in Pennsylvania. We haven't been home in 10 months, and we just got in, and we're going to Los Angeles in about 2 days. But we're finally home after being in Florida and a lot of other places.
This doesn't look like a lot of people would think that I believe have been here before. I've been doing a lot of redecorating, so it probably doesn't look the same to most.
So what you're saying is, just the way I'm taking it, your home is your home away from home.
Yes. Yeah, we're back from the. You know, it was September, and she's like, "It's really chilly out." I'm like, "Oh my god, wait till January, we're doomed."
Well, I'm from Miami, really, so I am used to 90-degree weather all of the time. So it was an adjustment in
You're based out in
Pennsylvania.
Los Angeles, correct? You're
Say-
out of
say it again?
California, Jason?
Yes, I'm in Orange County, California.
Okay, cool.
Orange County, OC. And now I got to ask Bam the same question that Mitch was asking Jason to Danny, to Bam. I know you guys are on here for the first time, so there's a lot going on. This is a show that got picked up by Amazon Prime after years and years of just, the home brew, so to speak, right? Picking up momentum as we went along. 4.5 million views. We're proud of that. And now you guys are part of this thing. It's the celebrity tournament. It's not tonight. It's not tonight, but the winner of the celebrity tournament, Bam and Danny, wins $15,000 in a 5-day, 5-night first class trip to Greece. Would you guys like to win the whole tournament?
I mean, Greece, this guy has been everywhere, as you know who he is in his movies and TV. But me, I love to travel, and Greece is a place I have not been yet.
And Jason has. Jason, what are the things you like about Greece, my friend?
Oh, I mean, the history with Athens, the first Olympic stadium, to be able to go out to the first Olympic stadium is so historic. And then you fly out to Santorini Island, and it's just beautiful out there with those big blue buildings. So Greece is one of my favorites.
That is super cool. And guys, of course, participation notwithstanding, there is a great event, Bam, that you're taking a part of. Thomas Unger, great human being behind the scenes that's also part of this network, dear friend of Mitch's and mine. Let's talk a little bit about that event, Mitch. Bam, Danny, there's a big event coming up, Mitch. You just alluded to it. Where can the fans go? I'm assuming bigeventnewyork.com for more info.
Yeah, just bigeventnewyork.com.
Yes.
Thomas does a lot of events. Jason's been to some of his in the past. Bam's been doing a bunch of stuff with Big Event too. He's doing one that's a new one, the Chill Out Expo in October, then the Big Event Sports Expo coming up in November, which is going to be great as well. And I know, Bam, you're on the road every weekend doing appearances. Jason's doing them every weekend. You guys are never home, either one of you, two of the most busiest working men in show business.
It's fun. Those Comic-Cons are fun, y'all. Congratulations on your baby, by the way, Jason. So
thank you.
Happy to see you. You're welcome. But yeah, the Comic-Cons are a good time. I'm happy to be supportive, and I get to meet like Ellen Griswold. I'm dying.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to let you guys know something. When people say they're not something, but then they prove that they are, I'm going to sound like that guy now, so I'm sorry. But I don't want to name drop, but I have to say this. I write for Willem Dafoe, who lives in Italy, 6 months of the year. Willem Dafoe lives in Italy. I write for him. He's part of this tournament as well. We got John Goodman in this thing. We got Bam Margera. We got Jason Faunt. We got Sugar Ray Leonard. But anyway, Willem Dafoe said when he bonded with his son, it was a while before he bonded with him. He bonded with him because at 2:30 in the morning, when he was in Los Angeles, he was watching Bam do his thing in prime time, and they didn't say one word to each other other than laugh together. You made them laugh.
Wow.
You brought them together, Bam.
Wow.
That's really cool. Wow.
Huge William Dafoe fan. I'm now like dying again. I'm already dead. With it. No, that's beautiful. I love this.
Yeah,
That's
man, you
amazing.
make a lot of people smile, and Jason Faunt gave so many, I mean, honestly, so many smiles to kids and people who grew up watching something that they can look up to. It's really awesome that you guys are here. Bam and Jason, I know you guys are super busy. Bam and Danny first, anything you'd like to tell the viewers, anything you want to plug before you guys depart, the floor is yours.
Well, we got the new Tony Hawk game that just came out, and they put me in last minute. You know, I was in the previous games, and I had the whole spandex outfit on, so they tracked my style. So all they had to do was put me in this contraption. If you thought the Matrix was gnarly when he does that one thing and there's 33 cameras, they had 167 cameras to scan me up and down, and it was really crazy. But I'm glad to be in that game. Everybody loves it, and it's been the top seller since it first came out. So,
Well, I'll spill some
We're
tea
talking
because I
Tony
know
Hawk
some
here.
tea
Wow.
that I can't spill.
Yeah. Please,
Yeah, Major
Danny.
Tony Hawk. And then, yes, he has some skate decks, some new works in the works with Zero skateboards. And then we have a shoe coming with Fallen. So he's doing a lot. I save dogs. Everyone needs to adopt a dog. We've got crazy dog crisis right now. That's what I ask everybody to do. Donate $1, some blankets, and help us out with that. But that's, I think, can't wait to see you guys in New York soon. And I'm excited to meet a few people there. So I'm excited.
That's going to be a lot of fun. And again, guys, we've got a great audience here that can donate anything as far as our audience here, guys. Anything you want to mention or plug, feel free to always do that. You have a home here. And the next time we'll see Mr. Bam Margera, he will be part of the TKN Celebrity Tournament that features 152 Hall of Famers from the world of sports, music, and wrestling, not to mention Oscar, Grammy, Tony, Emmy, Golden Globe, AMA Award winners and nominees, all competing for the pride and the prize. Guys and gals, Bar Margera, and of course, Danny, thank you for your time, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. We love you. See you soon.
care.
Okay,
Great
bye.
night. Have a great night, guys. Thank you for joining us live. We appreciate you from PA. And guys, Jason Faunt is with us in the house right now. Jason, I want to bring in our next guest who's backstage as well, a coach. You guys know I'm an NBA guy. I can't wait to speak with him one-on-one, but I got to talk to Jason about something as well. You and I spoke a while ago, and I got to tell you something. If anyone can ease into a conversation in a really honest way, it's you, man. Your demeanor, your body language, it's the nonverbals. I respect how much you respect people.
Well, I appreciate that. I think that's my Midwestern upbringing. I was raised in a very small Midwestern town with 20,000 people. So anytime I'm doing stuff like this, I'm always just blown away that I moved out to California and suddenly I'm finding myself with all these wonderful people. So I'm always truly humbled and thankful to be here.
Man, I'm going to kick it over to Mich and so that he can talk to Jason and Giselle. Giselle, any questions as well? Howard in the back, please prep Jason with a question. To our viewers, you have Mr. Jason Faunt here live with us. Please ask this gentleman any question you might have. Mich, I'm going to zip the old lip and turn over to you, Mich.
Hey, Giselle, what's a question you want for Jason before he signs off for the evening? He took busy. I know he's super busy this weekend with the family, but what do you have for him, Giselle?
Well, first, before I even get into a question, I have a little bit of a connection for both of you. When Mighty Morphin Power Rangers came out, I wasn't really watching it, but my younger siblings were. And as I got older, I had a recurring dream that I was the pink Power Ranger. So I was Kimberly, and I remember her opening sequence. She was always on the balance beam. I don't even know how this dream happened. I blame it on the dream catcher from some field trip I went on in 8th grade, I guess. But that one's always stuck with me. One of the couple of recurring dreams I had in my life. But Jason, you've been to Greece. You mentioned Santorini. They've been going through a series of earthquakes earlier this year. And Athens and seeing the first Olympic stadium. Greece has a lot of significance for a lot of our participants, the birthplace of theater, the first Olympics. People have mentioned the olives and the culinary aspect. What else draws you to Greece? What else do you love about it?
Oh gosh, well, I don't know. I just think that was one of those things when you see a lot of the monuments and a lot of the history that's been up for just forever. You can't comprehend. Our country is a couple hundred years old, right? So when you go out there and see these things that were built with just such little technology, you're blown away by the way they were able to create these huge monuments and statues. Going on the Olympic Stadium, it's just the history is incredible.
And a lot of them are still standing. Not fully, but they're still standing.
Yeah. You go right in the Olympic Stadium. You can go on the track and jog around the track, and it's pretty crazy. So
that would be a pretty cool experience.
Yeah, just the history. I mean, Italy and Greece were my two favorites in the world, and literally it's almost 30 countries in the past 7 years, and that's with COVID shutting us down. So I've gotten around a bit, but Greece is my favorite. So when they mentioned that, of course, with Mich, I'll do anything for this guy. But this sounds like a lot of fun,
Yeah. What do you think are your strengths to win this tournament?
Well, I'm learning about it now, but when he was mentioning it's just knowledge and conversation, I think that's something that I'm pretty well traveled. I've lived all over the country from North Carolina to Iowa, Illinois, and now LA. So I feel like I've got a lot of great perspective. I've met a lot of people. So whatever the questions may be, I think that I'll be pretty well read on it.
Think you can hang with a Stacy Keach and a Dakin Matthews?
I sure hope so. I guess it depends on what we're talking about. I guess I'm learning about it now. So, but if it's sports, I'm definitely I'm very well read in that area. But
yeah,
what happens?
I'll give you a quick philosophical one that you do not have to answer right now. Because why? I mean, you're going to get the questions officially a week or two before, so you'll have a chance to kind of prep. But here's an example of a philosophical question I asked recently to ESPN legendary analyst Woody Page. If you could paint a picture that illustrates personal happiness for 2026, how would you describe that picture and how would you title it? So that's sort of more of a philosophical question, but then it's a mixed bag because you might draw a sports question as you brought up as well. It could really go anywhere. The great thing about this is I could tell that no matter how you respond or how you answer, you're going to connect with people because you're a genuine dude, man, and I respect that.
I appreciate that. Well, I'm looking forward to the challenge. I mean, it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to taking a crack at this and hopefully winning the prize and going to Greece as well.
We do not want to keep Jason on longer, but Howard, if you got, please, one question to Jason, and then we're going to have Jason a bit of adieu because he's been here for a bit. Howard, please, any question you have for Mr. Jason Faunt?
Hey, Jason, awesome having you here. So much of my childhood, so I'm grateful you're here.
Thank you, buddy.
What do you think is something that you value now in your life that you maybe didn't value perhaps when you were a little younger? Or that's my question.
Now presently that I maybe didn't when I was younger?
Yeah.
Being a father. I have a 20-year-old, I have a 17-year-old, and when I had them, 2 decades ago, I was in a completely different headspace. And I don't know if I realized how quick the time would go by, how fast the moments would be. So now I have a 17-month-old and I have a 3-week-old. So I always kind of laugh and say I've got the wisdom of a grandfather in the body of a dad. So a lot of the stuff that
like that.
Take advantage of or didn't appreciate, I can do now. So that's something that's kind of special that I'm not going to let certain moments go by this time.
That's awesome.
That's really awesome, man. Yeah. Some great fathers here on the panel, Mich and Jason as well. Jason, thanks for carving out some time for us tonight on a Saturday Night Live, my friend.
Love it.
Jason, thanks as always, buddy. Love to have you on. And hey, have a good weekend. And thanks again, buddy.
Thanks, guys. I look forward to doing this soon.
Thanks, buddy. We'll
Likewise.
see you soon.
Bye-bye, Jason. Thank you for your time, my friend. Absolutely. Jason Faunt here. Guys, again, Giselle, Howard, Mich, myself, I want to bring in our next guest here because Mich knows one thing about me. I know a lot of things about Mich. This is Mich's debut on the show tonight. And again, thank you guys for making us 4.5 million strong. We appreciate that in just a year and a half. Thank you guys for allowing us to have a deal with Amazon Prime. As we've been plugging, I've been keeping that in for such a long time. So now being able to say it so freely on air is fun. It's a lot of fun to be able to do this and continue this journey. This is a different concept. It's called a sport of the mind. We have philosophical fun, questions. The brain's a muscle. It's a muscle. So a lot of the athletes that we have here, we got some of the very best. Sugar Ray Leonard. In the world of the NBA, we got Rick Barry, Lenny Wilkins. I mean, Alex English. The list goes on. Sidney Moncrief. You know, they all say the same thing. They say, man, we got nervous before this because our brain's a muscle, and it is a competition, sure, but it's a friendly competition. It's a sport of the mind. So when these athletes and these luminaries receive their topics ahead of time, they do their homework. They show up when their night is called, their number is called. They're ready to answer and go deep as they can. And then you guys vote on who resonates most with you. And that's what we like about you. There's no pitchfork mentality when it comes to voting. You're voting on who resonates most with you, and we appreciate that. And again, we appreciate the man himself, the man of the night, Mich. His first night here on camera officially, but not his first night with TKN. This man, if you want to talk about a man who somehow does what he does in 15, 16 hours during a day, a national champion, coached 2 national champions in the world of gymnastics, his team, the man is a father, the man is a husband, the man takes care of every duty you can imagine. What we do here behind the scenes to give you the magic that seems so seamless, trust you and me, guys and gals and pals, we are in the pit every day. We are in the bunker, Mich and I, every day, every night, at 11 p.m. phone call, at 5 a.m., it doesn't matter what time it is. This man is here consistently. I've never, ever in my life, and I'm not bragging because I got a ton of damn flaws, but I've never met someone who can keep up with me the way this guy can, Mich. So kudos to you, brother.
Thank you. You too, Avi. You're the man on this. I mean, we're quite a team.
And you know what? Here's someone who knows a lot about a team. He's been sitting in the back. The man knows about teamwork. The man's a coach. The man's an NBA great. The man is also NCAA great. An Iowa Hawkeye, which I loved. I love those Hawkeyes from the 90s. Guys and gals and pals, please welcome Coach Acie Earl. Acie Earl, how are you, my friend?
I'm in. You guys got me in.
Let's go.
How's it going?
Acie, how are you, buddy? Thanks for coming in tonight.
Good. I was worried. I was on the wrong show, man. You guys were...
No, Acie, can I tell you what happened? It's tough to get all 6'11" of you in here.
Oh, okay.
Does that officially make Acie the tallest person we have in this tournament?
Guys, let me tell Acie, he doesn't know this too, but it was kind of you were in, and then it was kind of fuzzy and out, and this is tech. It's not Acie's fault. It was one of those in and out kind of things with technology.
Yeah,
but now you are.
My screen was a little blurry and white.
Yeah.
I was like, what's going on? Okay.
We want to bring in Acie Earl and make sure that he pops the way he does in real life, and that's what we did here.
In living color.
100%. I remember the first words out of, and I believe it was probably Dick Stockton's mouth, NBA draft 1993. They said, this man is a project, but guess what, man? What you did as a player, as a Boston Celtic, and of course later on throughout your career to the late 90s in the NBA, that's one thing. What you did as a coach is another. What you did in the NCAAs is yet another. My friend, what led to coaching after a playing career for you?
I was overseas. I was just going to my Instagram followers. I played in Kosovo my last year in 2004.
Sure.
And Kosovo was kind of a war-torn country, with the Slobodan Milosevic. And every night the power would go off for like 2 hours because of the surge. And the night they moved me into my apartment, they didn't turn my generator on. And I was sitting in February 15th, 16th, I was sitting in cold weather in my apartment with no lights for 2 hours.
Right.
And I just had a mental, seance and said, guess what? I can't play anymore. Next day, I'm going to go to the internet cafe and start pumping out my resumes and emailing some of my friends who were coaching because they were always asking me, hey, when are you going to come back over and coach?
Sure.
And that's how I got into coaching. So the next year, unfortunately, I tore my Achilles in Croatia. And I went home and I started coaching. And I've been coaching ever since.
That's a great story. And then if we're going to go all the way back to the beginning, Mich and Howard and Giselle with Acie, we're talking about Moline High School, 8th in career scoring. You still have a record in block shots in the University of Iowa from 1990 to 1993. Which is still intact, by the way. And guys, we're talking about the Hawkeyes over here. University of Iowa.
365. My dad used to say 365 blocks, one for every day of the year.
I like that.
Right there. Yeah, absolutely.
And I got to bring this up as just a hoop nut because my dad, if someone asks me what's the greatest moment of your life, I say collectively moments of watching basketball with my dad. Easily. That's an easy question to answer, right? 1993. You're drafted by the Celtics. We know later that summer, and again, you were part of the franchise. I have to ask you this. the great Reggie Lewis passed away.
Yeah, I was fortunate. One, I was a Reggie Lewis fan. I'm a basketball nut like
Sure.
yourself. So knowing him on that great high school team, is that Dunbar or DeMatha?
Dunbar out in Baltimore,
Yeah.
Maryland. Yeah.
Yes, Dunbar. So all those guys played on that same team, and I think they were the best team ever. I think they won 90 something straight or 80 something.
You're absolutely right about that with Muggsy Bogues and Reggie Williams.
Muggsy Bogues, and and I was a big Georgetown fan. I wanted to go to Georgetown. I told John Thompson, "I'm sorry you didn't pick me. You picked Alonzo Mourning. I'm sorry about that." So I followed Reggie Miller, and I followed David Wingate, and I followed Reggie Lewis when he went to Boston University. So I followed all those guys. So meeting Reggie Lewis, he came to Summer League when I got drafted, and he shook my hand. He had to deal with Reebok. I'd never forget it. He had all the Reebok stuff on. He shook my hand, and it was just amazing. And that was the last time that I ever seen him. I'd go to Summer League, and he passed away. But yeah, he was a great guy. I was looking so forward to playing with him. He was so majestic as a player.
It's hard to believe this, Acie, because I'm sure Mich will concur, and Giselle and Howard. And I say what I feel. I'm honest. If I have nothing nice to say, I won't say it. But I'm going to say this to you. It's hard to believe because you look amazing that 30 years ago, right around this time, about maybe 30 years and 2 months ago, I remember getting goosebumps because Game 1, Eastern Conference first round, Orlando Magic. They only lose 2 games at home. They play the 8th seed Boston Celtics, who won 35 games, but also on the line was the great Boston Garden. It was the swan song of the Boston Garden, the last season that the Boston Garden would host the Boston Celtics, right? So you guys are heading into the playoffs. Nobody thought this would happen. He thought it'd be sacrilege to see Dominique Wilkins with a Celtics jersey, but here he is leading the team. Sherman Douglas, Rick Fox, rookie Eric Montross, second-year player Acie Earl. The team was deep, and D. Brown as well. D. Brown,
Dino Raja.
Dino Raja, second year, because Dino was a rookie when you were a rookie.
Yes, we were rookies together. So he used to always tell me, like, we had rookie stuff to do. With Boston, it was big, big nostalgia.
Sure.
You have to count the players, you have to do the balls. And I said, Dino, you got to help me. He goes, no, you rookie. I play Croatia. I play Euro.
Yeah, I played professional ball overseas.
Right.
And what a team they were. Not to get off topic, but before they disbanded, you're talking about Dino Raja, Tonu Kukoc, Drazen Petrovic, Vlade Divac. Man, they were unstoppable back then.
Dino. So from that team, it's 2 great stories. Dino played on that team, and it's funny.
Right.
He had a StarTech cellular phone. He used to call all those guys after the game, and he'd be talking Serbian and Croatian on the bus. And so, because me and Dino were so close, we were teammates and rookies together, and he respected my game. I played later on overseas. I was able to play with 6 of those players on that team that played on the Dream Team. And it all started because Dino called the coach in France when I played in PSG, and he gave me a good recommendation.
Oh, wow.
So every time I went to a different country, all those guys would be like, yes, you know my guy, Dino Raja. So thanks, Dino.
It all started with the game of basketball and sports in general. I love how it brings people together. I love it. It's such a cool thing, man.
Yes, especially basketball. It's a world game, and everybody knows each other.
Such a glow. And Coach, I got to say this again. 30 years ago, I got goosebumps because I didn't really – I'll delve into it now because, again, you guys lose by 46-47 in Game 1. Okay, it's in Orlando. And then get this, guys. I got to give you historical context over here. The Orlando Magic in the O Arena lost only 2 games in 94-95. We're talking Shaq. We're talking Penny, Dennis Scott. People said the dynasty that should have been. That year, little spoiler if you're not in Iraq and haven't found out the results in 30 years, so I'm sorry to spoil it for you. But that year, the Magic made it to the finals, all the way to the finals. But you know who gave them? A bit of a hiccup? You know who gave them a challenge? The Boston Celtics with Acie Earl. Because Game 2, out of nowhere, in the O Arena, an 8th seed that didn't win 41 games, didn't win 50% of their ball games, goes into Orlando and upsets the Orlando Magic in Orlando.
We had a great scouting plan. Like the whole week, we just watched tape, and we said this. We were going to double Shaq, and we're going to come off Horace Grant. And we came off of Horace Grant. We let Horace Grant be the shooter. We knew we couldn't let Dennis Scott shoot. We knew we couldn't let Penny shoot. We know we couldn't shoot. We couldn't Nick Anderson shoot. So we let Horace shoot, and it worked until we got back to Boston, and and we played on that game 3, and Horace hit the first 12 points.
You had that. You had game 3 and 4. You had game 3 and 4.
Yes.
You had those games. And here's the thing, too, that I love. Because of that win in Orlando, it secured Boston 2 games in the Boston Garden in that first round match. Which was pretty cool. Like a great way to give the Garden farewell, and you were a big part of that. And, of course, later on, Toronto. And, I mean, again, the question I'll have before I zip my old lip and throw it over to Mitch, you brought up Horace Grant. That's a good friend of Mitch's. Mitch's a good friend is Horace Grant, of course. Clemson, great. Chicago, Orlando, great. What is it about the NBA fraternity? I hear it from a lot of the guys. Again, some of my friends, Rick Barry, Alex English, Sidney Moncrief. What is it about the NBA fraternity that makes it so very special, even for retired players over the years?
Well, the biggest thing is a lot of us played against each other when we were in high school with the exposure camps. So we went to, I went to Nike camp, and Tracy Murray was there, who was my later teammate in Toronto, right? And I played against Alonzo. I played against Gerard Mustaf. Like all those guys were in magazines then. And you go to those exposure camps and you open up the magazine, you'd be like, oh, that's that guy. That's Byron Houston from Oklahoma, and that's this guy. And so a lot of us knew each other from high school, right? And then you go to college and you see each other on ESPN, and then you go to the draft. And I never forget one of the best experiences is when my NBA draft, we used to eat at this big round table, so we'd all eat together. And it'd be 25 of us, right? And so the night before the draft, we're all eating. It's me, it's Sam Cassell, it's Chris Webber, it's Sean Bradley, it's Allen Houston, it's J.R. Ryder. It's all these guys are sitting around the table, and they're all telling jokes, and they're all making fun of each other, and we're laughing about games that we played. And, oh, I saw you, and Acie, you had the biggest flat top, and it's just hilarious, right? And we all remember that. And the best thing about it is we were all broke then. We were all broke. So then when we get to the NBA, we're like, oh, I see you. You got new jeans on. Oh, I see you. I see you pull up because you got a truck now. So we were all broke. We were all broke. We didn't have any money. We knew basketball. We followed each other. We all made it to the NBA. And so now, and I regret I have not made it to the summer league in the modern era. Next year I am going. All those guys call me. Greg Minor called me. X-Man, they're there. Kevin Gamble. So that's when we see each other and we're like, man, we came full circle, right? We were in high school playing AAU in Vegas.
That's really cool.
Sleeping in Motel 6s, sneaking into Circus to eat.
Right.
ESPN, draft night, NBA, we play, our kids are getting older, and then we see each other when we're 50, 60, and we're like, man, I still love you, I miss you, and that's why the brotherhood.
I got chills the way you told that story, from the beginnings all the way right now to the present day, and being able to reflect upon those relationships.
6, man, Motel 6 in Vegas, Super 8 in Vegas, Circus.
Unbelievable.
Walking the strips at 11 at night, 7-Eleven with 59-cent Slurpees, man.
Unbelievable, man. And I know that, again, author of 25 books. I know Giselle's going to have some questions regarding you, of course, as an author, and I want to delve into that. Mitch, of course, again, a wealth of knowledge in every area I know. Howard Collado is a fellow New Yorker. I'm sure Howard would agree that I want Acie Earl to ask X-Man Xavier McDaniel one question for me. Why'd you have to leave the Knicks in 92? You were there one season. Why did you have to leave, X-Man? Why? Why did you have to leave? My question for Acie Earl is this.
Hey, man.
Yeah. Go ahead, Acie.
Go ahead. No, I was saying he got bullied, man. Hey, there was only two bullies on that team, X-Man and Mason. So there was only room for one bully on that team.
That's it. I want to say this. I want to ask Acie my last question, which is the following. I remember, and it's great to ask you this. I don't. If anyone has asked you, let me know. This had to have been a bit of a revenge game, and I don't mean in a negative way. But
100%.
40
I already know what you're
40
saying.
points was. You know what I'm talking. You know what I'm getting at over here. We're approaching another anniversary, 100%. Another 30-year anniversary. Mr. Acie Earl dropped 40, and man, not many people have done that. He dropped 40 points against his former team, the Boston Celtics, right after.
In the new garden.
Yeah, in the new garden, right after he went to the new expansion Toronto Raptors. Was there a little something personal there for Boston? A little for the Celtics?
ML Carr, who I grew up, so most people don't know, I grew up as a Laker fan. My dad loved Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and we grew up watching the Showtime Lakers. We despised the Celtics. My uncle went to Indiana State with Larry Bird.
Oh, wow.
So he had
Okay.
Larry Bird stories before there was ESPN. So I grew up loving the Lakers, and it was just karma that the Celtics picked me, right? So ML Carr, who I used to hate because he used to wave the towel. He made
the
fun of
towel.
Magic, and he did the choke sign of Magic. And so he was my GM my second year. In the second year, I wanted to go to Pete Newell Big Man Camp in Hawaii.
Right.
And the NBA was paying for players to go. So I called ML in the summer and I said, hey, I want to go to the NBA Pete Newell Camp in Hawaii. Will you guys pay for it? ML said, I'll get back to you. He never called me again. He never told me yes or no. He never told me he was going to put me on the expansion draft. He puts me in the expansion draft. So I go to Toronto.
Right.
Isaiah drafted me because he wanted to draft me in Detroit when he drafted Lindsey Hunter and Allen Houston back to back.
That's right,
and
93.
And Isaiah told me, he said, hey, and Isaiah always had followed this. Isaiah always drafts little guards because he was a guard. He always wants little guards, right?
That's right.
So he fell in love with Lindsey Hunter. So Isaiah tells me, I'm going to draft you in Toronto. I'm going to give you your head start. And when you go back to Boston, you give it to Boston. So that's exactly
You know what, though? It's cool because Zeke got the last laugh, man, that 88 series when they took them out. But that's a cool story because I'm like, I can ask Acie this question because, again, his career high, 40 points against his former team the season after he departed the Celtics. Now, I'm going to turn over to Mich, to Giselle, to Howard, to our viewers. Any question to the great Acie, Coach Acie, author of 25 books, a Renaissance man who does it all. Giselle, Mich, and Howard, the floor is yours.
Yeah, so I'm definitely interested in these books. You've got 25. Your nameplate says they're on Amazon. What are these books about? What made you pick up that pen to write?
Well, a lot of things. So one, when I played overseas 8 years, 12 countries. I used to have a checklist of about 10 things that I would have to do before as I got there, as far as get my mail, banking, apartment, agent, car, money transfer, all that stuff. And so as I started getting overseas and I'd meet other players, they would want me to tell them like how to do these things, right? So then 10 became 15, 15 became 20, 20 became 25. And I was kind of like the OG guy. Like, hey, go talk to Acie Earl. He knows how to change money. He knows how to wire money back. And so I had these little things, and wherever I would go, these players would come up to me. And I'd literally be holding court in nightclubs, in restaurants with all these young players. And I never forget Matt Gatens, who played at Iowa. His dad played at Iowa way before me. Matt Gatens graduated from Iowa, had a deal in Ukraine. B.J. Armstrong was his agent. Somebody had told him, call Acie Earl because he played in Russia. Ukraine is similar to Russia. Talk to me about how to get my son overseas and what he should be doing. And I gave him all these things on the phone. I never forget, I came back from an AAU tournament from Chicago, and I talked to Matt Gatens' dad, and I gave him all the 25 things that his son should do before he goes to Ukraine. And Matt Gatens' dad said, man, you should write a book on this. And that was my first book.
Awesome.
And then after that, I got my first master's degree at Iowa. And I start writing. I start teaching in the sport and rec department. I taught in the rec department at University of Iowa for 8 years. And I developed 3 courses on coaching, injury prevention, and agent player professionalism. And I started writing the books for those courses. And it just.
Oh, I love that. We're so often told in any of these entertainment fields, this is what you need to do. This is why you need to do it. But very rarely are we told how to do it. Practically, how do you make this happen? How do you keep track of that expense? What do you do in this situation when we're these independent contractor types? So having a book like that, I can imagine would be valuable even beyond basketball.
Yes, I mean, the big thing is I write for parents who have their kids in sports, and they make so many mistakes. I had a book signing on Wednesday, and I talked to the parents. I said, what's the percentage do you think that your kid's going to play in college? And parents didn't even know. They're like, oh, 12%, 10%. I'm like, no. They're like, oh, 5%. And I'm like, no. And I'm like, 1%. They're like, no. I said, try 0.4. Like, what's the percentage your kid's going to make it as a pro? Like 0.2. Like, just parents do not know like what it takes and what is going to be the journey and the path. And one of the monikers that I always say, Coach Earl always says, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Right? In order to master something, we all know you need 10,000 hours. So two things have to happen. Your kid has to put in 10,000 hours of work, skill work, not just playing, not going to Milwaukee and Indianapolis and Omaha and Chicago and St. Louis and getting beat by 50 or beating somebody by 50. You need skill work. And you as a parent need to understand what the parameters of what you're doing. You need to understand NIL. You need to understand a transfer portal. You need to understand the levels of play. You need to understand eligibility requirements. You need to understand all this stuff. And these parents do not know any of that stuff.
And Acie, I have a question for you. Would you agree that the work ethic, it seems like it's a little bit different than when you were playing compared to now? I see that even in gymnastics. It's a different game, I guess I could say, at this time in life in sports.
Yes, and that's why I say the overseas, people are like, well, what's happening with the NBA and other sports? Overseas players are taking over because they work harder and they understand that. And this is what I learned when I played overseas is that's one of the reasons why I was able to capture 3 MVPs in 8 years in overseas is because I already had the work ethic instilled in me. So when they said, oh, you're going to practice in the morning and then practice in the evening, I said, okay, that's fine. Because I was doing that as a kid. I was going to the playground, shooting on my own for 2 hours at 12 o'clock. And then my dad would pick me up at 6 o'clock and take me to go down and play on the playground. So practicing twice a day was not new to me. So that's the problem with the NBA now, and that's why the top 5 players in the NBA are or from overseas.
And wouldn't you agree, Acie? Yeah, like that. And Mich, a great question there, because I was kind of pondering that the other day. I wanted to ask Acie for this a piece of advice over here, and maybe you can give it to some young athletes. As an athlete, wouldn't you agree you have to be aware of the rooms that you walk into and be able to handle the weight of who you're perceived to be once you walk into that room?
Yes. I mean, in that, I look at that as sometimes where you go to college. And I'll tell you a great story.
Yeah.
Like I went to college at University of Iowa, and that was a great collegiate experience for me because we were always in the public eye, right? Because we were the big fish in the little pond. And so we were taught early, be careful what you say. Be careful who you take a picture with. Be careful who you interact with.
Sure.
Be careful what courses you take. Be careful what sorority and fraternity you deal with. So like a great example of that is Jimmy King, one of my guys. I nicknamed him Fab Five. That's my guy. He was my rookie in Toronto. He went to Michigan. Michigan's collegiate experience is totally different than Iowa's collegiate experience.
Right.
And my other guy, Tracy Murray, who went to UCLA.
Sure.
He said he was like, there was no wild parties, right? There was no keggers. There was no after hours, right? Those schools didn't have that. So like when I got to the NBA, this was like, this is funny. Like this girl's hanging out at the bar trying to get free drinks. Like that's happened in Iowa. That's not like, I saw that in Iowa. Like, you know what I mean? So I think a lot of times it's where you go to college or lack of that can prepare you for that. So like the Big Ten, I think has a lot of those schools that can prepare kids for that when they get to the pros, it's not as a big deal. And we weren't isolated. Like some of these schools, they isolate the players, like Alabama or Texas or Oregon, Ohio State. They isolate them, right? So when they get to the pros and they get to be around people, they don't know how to act, right? Like some of my best friends still to this day, they weren't basketball players. They were just regular students at Iowa. So I got to understand how to be a regular student, right? Not just an athlete, not just wear a backpack every day, not just cut the line at the cafeteria, not just not go to study hall or not turn my key in at the dorm. You know what I mean? Like those things didn't happen. So I think it's also where you go to school at, right?
Absolutely, that makes sense. And to our viewers, guys, we're not going to answer. You have a plethora of questions for Acie Earl. I do want to, Julio, you asked 2 great questions. I'll pick one for now. And guys, remember, Mr. Acie Earl is going to be part of the celebrity tournament. You can ask questions, of course, when he appears here again. Julio's asking, out of all 25 books, I wonder which one is closest to Acie's heart.
It's a great question. I think the How to Play Overseas book, that's probably my best seller because there's so many players that I helped as overseas. But I think my latest one is 55 Things That High School Parents and Kids Should Know for sports. I think that's the most important one because I've coached 9th grade basketball for 7 years.
Right.
And the jump from 8th grade to 9th grade is immense, right? Like school ball, you play 6 weeks, 10 games.
Sure.
Like you don't really travel. You don't have to practice every day. You don't practice on Saturdays and Sundays. You don't practice at night. If school is canceled, practice is canceled. You don't practice over Thanksgiving or Christmas. So like the jump from 8th grade to 9th grade is so huge that the parents and kids don't know how to handle that.
The transition, yeah.
Yeah, they just think like, oh, if school's canceled, I don't got to go to practice. Oh, it's Thanksgiving weekend, I don't have to go to practice. So like, I think that's the most important book that I think will define my legacy possibly because...
And it weeds out, though, the less desirables who don't have that passion anyway.
Exactly. And that's like parents parents are like, well, I didn't know I have to email you if my kid is not going to make it.
Right,
like,
right.
Like, I'm like, yeah, we'd like to know that. Parents are like, well, I didn't know we had to pay admission to go into a game.
Right.
Yeah. If the bus leaves you, no, we're not going to come back to get you.
Right.
Like, that's not how it works, right? So yeah, that book is really. I shout out to my brother Dorian. He's a younger brother. He has a kid, and his kid, I was mentoring him on what's going to happen. About you got to show up to summer league, you got to show up to open gym, you got to show up to weights, you got to bring your water bottle to practice, you got to have a snack on the bus, like all of these things, like the 8th grade parents and kids don't know going to 9th grade.
No, and by the way, there are some great stories. Probably this name isn't familiar with a lot of fans, but there was a player named Truck Robinson who was great. One of the greatest rebounders, very underrated NBA player. He went through the same process Scottie Pippen did, where he became an equipment manager first. They both, of course, sprouted. They grew about 5-6 inches between sophomore and junior season, and they became players. And I remember Truck Robinson saying something. This was during a golf tournament where, unfortunately, Moses Malone passed away way too young. It was a Rick Mahorn led golf tournament. And I remember him saying this to a group of people. He said, if you know the game inside and out, start knowing it inside first before you know it outside. And I asked him, what did you mean by that when you said know the game from the inside out, starting in and then going out? He goes, well, it's easy to play the game. Pick up the basketball, play the game, shoot, dribble, do all the fundamentals. But once you see the game while sitting on the bench, you'll get to know the game a bit better. I've heard a lot of coaches say that. Would you concur as well, Acie?
I would. I'll give you a super shout out for mentioning Truck Robinson. So my latest book is I'm doing a book on the best nicknames of basketball history. So he's in my book. So I got X and Dr. J and all that. So that's the book I'm writing now. I'm going to promote that next year at the Summer League. But yes, I think first you have to know yourself as a person, and we've seen this with many guys. From like Lenny Cook to Marcus Liberty to to Larry Johnson, to just plenty players that the basketball part was easy, but the life part wasn't, or vice versa. You know what I mean? And they didn't know who they were, and they let the sport define them. And I used to always tell players, don't let basketball define you. You define who you are through basketball.
Sure.
Right? And that can go with any sport or any person in any realm of life. But, I often give the Fab Five because I'm really close with Jimmy King. I always tell Jimmy King, like, I'm so proud of you guys. I love you guys as a brand. Because, C. Webb has went on to do great things. Him and Jalen Rose brought the Detroit Shock now.
That's right.
To the WNBA, and Jalen has the school.
That's
and
right.
C. Webb does some things, and Jimmy has his own academy. Ray does AAU coaching. Jawan is coaching, a great mentor. Right. So, those guys were basketball players, but they transcended their basketball career to be great people, right? And
that's a great way of putting it. Yeah.
Those guys, when I see them, I said, I'm so proud of you guys because you didn't let basketball define you, right?
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
I always tell people too, and I guess Giselle and Howard can concur. The teacher in me, I beat that whole it's a marathon, not a sprint. I always beat that into everybody I know.
When he said it.
That's why they were kind of laughing there, but it really is. But I love your work ethic. I also love being able to talk about. I tell people there's these different taglines I use for the show. For me, it's about finding out who the person is behind the persona, and that speaks to me because you're right. We get to find out your interests. We get to find out, and that's what this tournament's about, Acie. It's a sport of the mind, but we get to know things beyond what people expect from you. If you're an athlete, they put you in a box and they say, talk hoops and nothing else. Well, you know what? No, that's not true. So these athletes are well-traveled. They've been around the world. They've learned a lot. They teach a lot. So that's kind of what this is about. Howard Collado, I'm going to turn over to you to ask Mr. Acie Earl the final question of the evening. If you have a question for Coach Earl, fire away.
Sure. Coach Earl. So you talked about how they were told to just be, the players were told to just be careful about where you go, what classes you take, what sororities and fraternities you join. How do you think social media has kind of impacted players now compared to when you were kind of coming up as a player in college?
Well, I tell you what, if there was social media now, I probably would have been back then. I would probably be But I mean, I used to tell my son and stuff all the time, and my daughter, I said, you just got to be careful, like who you deal with. And it's funny, like I'm a very aware guy, and I think I learned that from Iowa. And I learned that from being in Moline, growing up in a predominantly Caucasian area, being 6'11", 6'10", being African-American. Like you turn your head and somebody has a camera and there's like sneaking a picture of you. Yeah. Like you have to be very aware of your surroundings. And I think today, a lot of guys are, to be honest. I think, I couldn't imagine being like Shea or Steph Curry or LeBron or any of these guys, like they walk into a restaurant and the cook and the chefs and the maitre d' and the bellhop, like somebody parking their car, like you got to imagine like somebody's trying to snapshot, like, oh, LeBron just, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I think these guys do a great job, probably a lot better than we would be doing at this time. But and I just think that's created, a twofold issue where, some guys like for instance, Kevin Durant to me could be a lot more open and a lot more likable and a lot more marketable. But I think he's such a recluse sometimes where he doesn't trust people. Right. And sometimes he eats at these restaurants that are in the back and he doesn't be seen. He doesn't post a lot of stuff because he doesn't trust. Yeah. And I get that. And I think that's like the other end of the spectrum where you got a kid like SGA where he trusts and he's out there and he's always like Russ, they're out there and they're dressing and they're, so I think it's a twofold, but I think it's just the era that we're in. Like everything changes. Like basketball is different. Like when I played, the scores were 80 to 90, when I played. You know,
The
now
news may not be reported, but right now the narrative can take shape any which way, shape, or form. The news media are looking for stories to create.
Depending on who's doing the narrative. Is it
That's right.
Stephen A? Is it Stephen A or is it
right
somebody else? Right.
That's
and
very
AC,
true.
another
Yeah,
thing you look at
yeah.
nowadays, especially when you go to these games, it used to be you guys always all used to stop for the autographs, the photos, and now we've gotten to a situation. It's become a real safety issue at a lot of these spots. If the correct security's not there, now we've got a whole nother issue. There is.
Well, yeah, especially like my girl Caitlin Clark, who had a stalker. It's like she had 2 stalkers.
Absolutely.
And,
Yeah.
you know, she's like scared to come out, and because she doesn't know where the stalker is. The stalker's like, "Oh, I'm on my way there," and this and that. And so, yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, society has gotten to a point. I always say, I think since COVID, I think we've just gone,
Correct.
you know, flip side, right?
It's changed a lot. Absolutely.
Yeah,
The
people
rules
are
have changed for sure.
the rules.
Yeah.
The rules of engagement have
Yes.
changed.
Yes.
Right.
This is a great question by Mitch there. A great statement,
And
Howard.
especially also, AC, I think the
Yeah.
other big change has been in college sports specifically too, is the NIL money. The money that's, I mean, it's nice that the college athletes are getting something, that they're more prepared for the professional sports. But then on the other hand,
That's a good point.
you're running into a security measure as well, because they're making almost more money in college than some of the guys that are in the pros.
Yeah, I heard a great point the other day. Corey Alexander, who I worked the
Right.
Nike with Sonny when he split from Nike and he went to Van Grack for Adidas. He said Hunter Dickinson probably should have came out his freshman year, but he took the NIL money for 3 years, right, at Michigan and Kansas. And he made probably more money staying in school than he would have made as an NBA lottery pick.
I would agree.
Somebody else he said should have came out early too. I can't remember. Maybe somebody from Kentucky or.
And then you also look at
Caleb Love. Caleb Love. He said Caleb Love should have came out after his.
And also when you look, AC, back when you were, social media was never as big a deal now. And I mean, now with social media, anything anybody does.
Well, you're going to receive public scrutiny no matter what. You're going to receive
Correct.
public scrutiny no matter what. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. I mean,
Yeah, but you know what? I'm for these guys making money. I tell people, I'm glad. If you're going to run through $1 million, run through $1 million at 18, not at 32.
And not to mention, if you're going to school, right, you should have the college experience no matter what. It's so important to have that college experience.
Yeah,
it's invaluable.
You know, when we were in school, that was the thing to do, was to stay in school.
Right.
Now my high school class was 88, was the best high school class before the LeBron class with Melo and all them. My class was the first class. We had 5 guys from my high school 88 graduating class that went pro.
Right.
Billy Owens, Sean Kemp, Gerard Mustaf, Cesar Portillo, and maybe Mahmoud Abdul Rauf, Chris Jackson.
Yeah.
So that was the first year where guys said, you know what, I don't want to go to college anymore. And everybody was shocked.
Right.
Like to be on college and be a great player and just be a senior was the best thing.
Sure.
Like I said, man, we were broke. We were still sneaking into cafeterias, taking sandwiches from training table. You know, we used to have girls cook for us. I mean, it was, you know, but we love being in school. We love meeting the people. Like, we're still close with so many people. We're all close with guys who went to school. And you don't have that anymore, unfortunately, right? People go to 5. Like, I can't imagine going to 4 schools.
It's insane.
Years.
Yeah. You guys were in the trenches together, and that says a lot. And, you know, again, I'll tell you what, you know, I screenwrite. I've been screenwriting for the two of the biggest studios in the world for the last 23 years. And the reason I bring that up is because I wasn't prepared for that world either. I grew up in Queens, New York, and moving over to Los Angeles and writing professionally for a living, the biggest thing I learned wasn't so much that the people are different than we are, but the rules are different. And I think that's the one thing fans don't quite understand.
The rules
they're so different. And when I asked the question about walking into a room, I didn't think anything of it in my 20s, and now here I am 23 years later, and yeah, there's such a very political feeling about walking into a room when you know there's cameras, when you know that there's agents, when you know that there's entourages. It's almost like you're forced as a young athlete to absorb everything around you, and God forbid if you make that mistake, you are going to be crucified
Well,
by
yeah,
the media.
I'll tell you a great story. I did a book signing at a vacation Bible school on Wednesday,
Right.
and I knew where I was going. I was going to go into the church part at a certain time to speak at
Yeah.
1:05 was my time. So something just told me, hey, it's 12:55. Why don't you just peek in there and just see what the vibe is and see who's recording and from where, right? So I could get a vibe. So when I walked in, I could see what the whole situation was before I got there.
Yeah.
Now, 10 years ago, I would have never thought of anything. I would just
Right.
right. But now I'm walking in there to see, okay, who's recording from where,
Yeah.
where's the vantage point, who has the camera, you know,
That's
because
right.
I want to, you know, just get the vibe, just get the ramifications of what am I doing there, right?
It's insane how people sometimes don't understand that. But, you know, guys, I do want to say this before Acie Earl departs. This is a man that, you know, even going back to being a youngster, as you brought this up, you know, your father taking you to several camps, even shooting basketballs in the snow. That's what your dad would do. I can't wait to hear more stories from Mr. Acie Earl, Coach Earl, guys and gals and pals, and author of 25 books on Amazon. Acie, I know you're probably not going to want to do this, but I'm going to ask you to do it. Is there anything you could plug? We got a lot of viewers over here. Anything you want to bring up, my friend?
No, I just say just search me Acie Earl books on Amazon. Just you spell my name ACIE. It's not AC, it's AC Green.
Right.
So I do get mistaken by AC Green. Shout out to AC Green, great Laker. Help my guy Kareem. I would say I know you're a screenwriter, and I do have a screenwriting idea for you. And I would love. I'm a basketball historian.
Sure.
And I'll tell you the two great stories that I would write or start to write.
Okay.
And I would write it.
Yeah.
Growing up in Illinois, there was one high school that pumped out players, and they were feared. And that
Can I guess
was Martin Luther King High School, Sonny
Yeah.
Cox.
Yeah.
And I remember playing against Marcus Liberty and Jamie Brandon and Johnny Selby, and I played against Rashard Griffith overseas. So if you want to write the Sonny Cox Chicago King story, man,
Wow.
come to me. I will help you.
Let me ask you this: did you ever get a chance to see or play with or against Ben Wilson?
No. So I remember Benji Wilson I was in 6th grade.
Right.
And my dad used to make me watch the high school. Back then, Illinois high school was on public TV.
Sure.
And I remember watching him, and he was a sophomore, and I think he dismantled Quincy.
Yes.
And
yes.
Quincy had two
83,
players.
yeah.
Michael Payne.
Right.
Michael Payne went to Iowa, and Bruce Dennis Douglas went to Illinois. And he dismantled those guys as a sophomore in high school. And I never forget Benji Wilson. And part of the Chicago King legacy is everybody wears Benji Wilson's number. The best players wear his number, 30.
Yeah. And they always honor him at Simeon High School, which is amazing that they still do that. Guys, first off, I hope everyone, and I know in the comment section they're doing that just now, thank you for your time. Thanks for carving out some time here on a Saturday night. Can't wait to see you back in the celebrity tournament. And again, wealth of knowledge, author of 25 books, some great advice that you've given us. And thanks for answering that question. I knew. I'll tell you this, Mitch. I knew there was something personal for Boston when he dropped 40 points against them in 95-96.
Yep. Hey, I told Purvis and all those guys, you used to see this in practice. It ain't nothing new.
They saw it. They felt it. Thank you for joining us tonight, my friend.
Acie, thank you, buddy. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
you guys
buddy.
are great.
Thank you. You're a class act, my friend. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Coach Earl. Mitch, thank you for inviting Acie Earl here, man. What a great conversation.
Amazing speech with him tonight. It was impressive.
Absolutely. I've learned so much, and I always kind of say what I earn is what I learn, and that's kind of what we take with us. Nothing monetary at the end of the day, and I've learned so much from everyone here, dare I say especially Coach Acie Earl. Just a wealth of knowledge to be able to get to know the author, to get to know the human being, behind the great resume he has as a basketball player. Great stuff all around. And, I want you guys to know this. We're about to depart in a few minutes, but I want you guys to take a look at this quick video of people we have that are still coming down the pike. Mitch, you're excited about who's coming down the pike for the final lap of round 2 of the celebrity tournament. I know Giselle and Howard are. Guys, take a look at this. This is who we have coming down the pike. Still yet to come in round 2 of the celebrity tournament are some of these names that you will see before you right now. U.S. Governor, guys and gals, from Minnesota. Author, former host, Jesse Ventura himself. WWE Hall of Famer, 12-time tag team champion, Dollar, spokesperson, Mr. Ray.
One of the best there is, Bobby. Incredible Hulk. Let's go. It's the ring now. Raphael.
Still didn't have time to mention some of the all-time greats that are still going to be part of round number 2. Mitch brought them up earlier. And we're saying it, guys, again. John Goodman, Willem Dafoe, Antonio Banderas, Sugar Ray Leonard. The list goes on. And surprises that only Mitch and I know. Only some other names that you could tell by you can't see my face, but you can see Mitch's expression. People are going to blow your minds when you know who's coming down the pike. Mitch and I know.
We can't forget a couple others that are going to be returning for these next rounds. You can't forget Rowan Atkinson.
Yes.
Vivica Fox.
Fox coming back for a second round match.
We love Vivica. I mean, Naughty by Nature's Tretch.
I
mean, Tretch. We still have MMA fighter Randy Couture.
Randy Couture. Another award winner, Play. We saw Kid from Kid and Play. We also have Play in this tournament. Not someone who will do any, and that's the thing. Some of these guys don't do a lot. Jim McMahon, Super Bowl great. These guys don't just
Lenny
do
Wilkins.
anything. Lenny Wilkins, a four-time. Think about that, four-time Hall of Famer and Olympian. Am I finally going to go toe-to-toe? I did go toe-to-toe with Mark in round number 1. I'm in this tournament, but don't worry about me. We got some heavyweights here, and that's what we're going to focus on. Some of the celebs in this. You never know if Mitch's name might get called. Maybe Mich will be a part of this tournament. You never know. You got to know the man right now. You don't know the competitor in him. I do know the competitor in him, and I've never even seen him in person do his thing, but I've heard him over the phone as a coach for his gymnastics team. But in business, I've seen this man. I've seen him every day. I've seen what this guy can do. Can you imagine if his number gets called and he knows he's got a trip to Greece on the line and 15 grand? What Mich is going to do? This man isn't intimidated by anybody. I've seen him tell agents off when he had to. I've seen him tell some of the biggest people in Hollywood when he speaks, they listen. That's what this guy can bring, and I'm not giving you guys style. That's substance. That's the truth. That's the hardcore truth. This thing right now is about to take its final lap. If you can tell that I'm excited, it's because I am. Guys and gals and pals, I know you are as well. We're going to close out the show, but before we close out the show, Mich, any question that Giselle and Howard have for you, because you're the man of the hour, and to our viewers, guys, this is the man that made it happen. This is the guy right here, guys and gals and pals. This guy, I would go to war with him, and I have we've gone to war every day. This guy is in the trenches with
every day.
Every day. I love this guy. I cannot wait, my friend, to see you late summer as well. Got some stuff planned coming down the pike, guys. His Elites Faulkner's Gym. What an amazing school. 2-time national champion, and of course, what he does for his family behind the scenes. Between he and I, we're not bragging about our Rolodexes. That's not what this is. But between he and I, the respect that you earn is the respect that you receive when you're on air because of the people that heard about you before they even met you. That's what Mich and I represent. The reason why you've asked me why they're so enthusiastic when they're on screen, it's because they already know us before they get on. They either know me or they know Mich or they know both. And then when they realize what this thing represents, they want to come back for more because they've never experienced anything like this before. Neither is Amazon Prime, neither is Progresso Soup. And when you put all of that stuff, think about the word soup. Let's make this soup together. There's so many ingredients to go into this thing. 4 to 5 days on average to get one of these episodes, and we haven't missed one since we debuted. So with that, end of 2025 into 2026, we're taking this thing on the road. Not only are we taking the show on the road, but again, with Prime behind us, with a great national sponsor, we're going to take this thing to new heights thanks to all of you. So with that, I'm going to zip the old lip. The outro is going to play right after Howard and Giselle ask Mich a question. If you have a question for Mich, I suggest you ask him a question or two in the comment section. He'll be glad to answer. Howard, Giselle, the floor is yours.
Howard, go for it.
Man, I don't know where to start.
Man, I hope it's not too hard. I hear you.
No, it's just, it's the work that you and Avi do behind the scenes is amazing. And when I would hear your name before I met the personality, everything matched. And you're an amazing coach, a father.
Thank you.
How do you balance it? And how do you balance it? And on those days where, you're like, how am I going to get this thing done? Whatever it is. Maybe it's a person you need to connect with, someone who, hasn't returned your call, and you get aggravated and you're like, how do you get through those days, and how do you find that balance?
It's called the wife. The wife is my wife Tony is a big key to all the projects I have. Actually, Avi is too. I mean, I have a real good team around me, and you just got to have everything set up each and every day. What the plan is, like with an Avi, midnight, 1 a.m. Here's the plan tomorrow. What are we going to do for gymnastics? It's that 4 o'clock to 9 o'clock every day with the kids. That's the plan for gymnastics. Those mornings, you get that work done with TKN and everything. Then you spend time with the kids, and then you go back to it. You got to have different points. When my kid's able to be homeschooled, that's also a nice thing that you get to see the family as well. But it's a big project. It's basically a puzzle. Each day is a new day.
Mhm.
And Avi and I every single day have something new. It's who do we think would be great on the show? What are we brainstorming? Then you and I connect, Howard. Then Giselle, we all connect, and we're all trying to come up what is the next great thing, and that could mean doing TKN. It could be meaning doing an event, as we spoke about earlier today with the big event in New York. We do a lot of projects with Tommy. He has 2 big shows coming up. So we got to have our hands in a lot of great things, especially for this show to succeed. It takes a kingdom, is how I say it to Avi every day. It's not just one person. You can't do a viewership and have a backing with one person. It's a whole community and a whole project, and that's what all you guys do. And I mean, just like last week, you guys came together on that 250 episode that really brought everybody together. And then tonight we opened up a whole new world, getting ready for that second round of the second phase of the second round. And I mean, tonight was a cool night because this is something, as we all said, we're standing here together tonight. This was something new. We were just bringing people in as surprises. And that was something exciting. And as we've been looking tonight with our viewers, everybody's been intrigued of who was going to come in as that special guest. And there's a lot more big names that are going to be coming in as surprises. There's a lot of things that we all are working on. So I can't say enough how exciting it is. And I mean, with Progresso Soup, with Amazon Prime and our whole team, it's just getting bigger. And the viewership it's thanks to these viewers that are making this show continue to get better and better each and every week.
100%. And, you know, I concur with what Mitch said. Takes a community. And this is a great question from one of our engine members, as we call you guys, not viewers, engine members. Eric is asking, was the Wheelhouse an isolated event? No, Mitch and I were just talking about this before the show. We think that there's going to be, dare I say, even a bigger Wheelhouse event coming down the pike. So stay tuned for that. You never know who might show up in the Wheelhouse. That might be between rounds 2 and 3, guys.
Correct.
Great question there. Before Giselle asks a question to
Avi,
Mitch.
can I jump in on that a bit?
Yeah, please do. Please do.
Eric, so for the Wheelhouse, it is actually, this was something that was talked about a couple weeks ago, and we put it together at the last moment. But we have been thinking about doing a second, third round, make it a couple weeks, maybe a Wheelhouse of inviting some other guests. But stay tuned for some great 11th hour guests that have not been seen yet in these upcoming weeks for some prize guests too. I think the viewers are going to be super, super excited in the celebrity world, in the sports world, the music world. We've got a lot of great things to come. So this is only the beginning. And I think TKN and I think the viewers and the sponsors, we're all super, super excited.
We're excited. I'm also excited, guys and gals and pals, to answer your questions. But guess what? Tonight, Mitch is going to do that. You have a question for him, Julio, that I think is very apropos, considering we're about to take that final lap in round number 2. Julio is asking Mitch, hypothetically, who would you like to have in a 3-way match? Who would you like to face if you were in this tournament? A fun question. A really, really fun question from Julio.
That's an awesome question. I like that a lot. There's a lot of big names in this. I'll be honest, I don't even want to say names. I just want to continue to see who comes on, and whoever I get paired with in the future, if I do get paired, I'm looking forward to it, especially moving down. I mean, I think something that would be super cool in the future is if it ever did happen, I would love to go up against my co-partner, Avi. I think would be a super cool thing too. I mean, I think that could be something that the viewers would love to see down the road. So I think that would be really, really cool with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna. If that happens, I'm gonna sweat like Bill Murray in Kingpin at the end. Remember how he sweated? His hair was all over the place?
That. But I think we could have a lot of fun with that and have these two great hosts with us, emceeing the thing and running it for us.
And you know what, guys? We might talk about someone that understands Mitch's world when it comes to the world of gymnastics. What if we see a Mitch Miles Avery match down the road? You know, we might see that. That could happen as well. Cool. Who knows? What if Mitch faces Sally Jesse Raphael, one of his mentors? Anything could happen. But great question there, Julio. Couple more and we're out of here.
real quick on that, Miles Avery. Love Miles. Close friend of mine, mentor to me, the best in the business. And I get to see him on a regular basis with gymnastics. And he's the biggest class act in the gymnastics world. And we're going to all see him coming up. So it's great that he's in the TKN. And then we have some more. We have some more great names of gymnasts. Some that are going to be coming up soon. And we just saw Michaela recently.
Blaine Wilson.
So it's pretty exciting.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Cinema Club. Look who I'm around, of course. I'm around some extremely knowledgeable people here. Let's one more question, guys. And again, we'll see more of Mich. Don't worry. This is only the first of many, many appearances. This is from, let me pull this up. I believe it was this from Julio again? Because Julio's got a lot of great questions.
He's on fire.
Yeah.
I gotta bring this up. This is from Julio. So Julio, let me put this up right now in real time. Have you ever had, Mich, a maybe it's too late moment and decided to push past that mindset and came out the other side happier that you did push past that mindset?
Absolutely. I mean, a good thing is for you and I, Avi. I mean, you and I have to do a lot of back doors on a regular basis.
Yes,
Same
we
in
do.
Gymnastics. When you look at the celebrity entertainment world and for shows, especially when we go live at night, things pivot. We're pivoting all the time. In gymnastics, I'm pivoting a lot. If the gymnast isn't feeling well, if the child is not feeling well, if there's an injury, late, car troubles, everything, you've got to pivot. And for all of this stuff, all of these different avenues that we have our hands in, you always have to have a backup. And I feel like, especially with this show, we do have those backups. I mean, so many of us have our hands in so many different things of this crew, which is an amazing thing. I mean, we have Giselle, Howard, that are always on the show every week. I mean, Avi, you're behind the scenes or on the show or everything. I'm usually in the back. So we all have a good system on the TKN show, on our celebrity show, as well as on all of our other different projects. So the question is, absolutely, you've got to have a good backup plan, and you got to have a good strategy of what ifs, if there is a what ifs, because especially in the entertainment world, there's a lot of what ifs every day. And that's for if you're filming technical. I mean, I see so many technical issues, especially with this show. We go through technical things all the time, and it's a learning experience each and every day.
Great way of putting it. Eric, I did say it was our final question, but you asked something that I think is perfect because we could segue from what Mich just brought up into your question. Will getting into the studio make life simpler? No, but we don't want it to be simpler. What we wanted to do is we wanted to make it better. And how do we make it better? Mich just brought it up. With the addition of Prime helping us out with their equipment, with their actual studio, with their setup, with their promotion, we're going to reach more people, and that's always the goal. We're not going to reinvent the wheel. This is going to stay the same, but I guarantee you more households will appreciate TKN as a result. So, guys, speaking of result, that's it. You guys know which matchup is coming up next Saturday. If you kind of squint, you look at my. Let me give him a solo layout over here. You can see which matchup is coming up. I'll play the outro in case you can't see, in case you got eyes as bad as I do. We're going to play the outro. You're going to see what's coming up. Mich is going to depart. We're going to see him real soon. Thank you again for being you, brother. Cannot do any of this without you.
Thank you, guys. Hey, great job. And everybody, all viewers, just a reminder, follow us on the YouTube channel. Viewers, and special thanks again to Progresso Soup, Amazon Prime. And thank you, too, for joining us tonight, too. I've had a blast with you guys, Howard and Giselle.
Same here.
Avi, and let's continue to grow this, guys. And thank you to all our viewers. And everybody, have a great Saturday night, and we'll see everybody soon.
You too, brother. You have a great night. Tell Tony I said hello and the kids.
You got it. Thank you, guys.
Good night, bro.
Bye, Mich.
Take care.
Great Mich, guys and gals. Great to have Mich here. Absolutely amazing show from top to bottom. I'm glad you guys got a chance to meet Mr. Mich himself.
So awesome.
Thank you, Connie. Tonight was amazing. Thank you, guys. It was different, and different is good, especially when you believe, even at the 11th hour, no pun intended, even at the 11th hour, you believe that gloom and doom is upon you. It never is. When you look around and realize who your support system is, you might have the worst week of your life. You might not even think that life is an option. You may think that you're done. You're finished. It's time to check out. But the reason why I think it's never time to check out until your number is called is because you're going to miss out on tomorrow. And you're going to miss out on tomorrow's tomorrow. And so many tomorrows that would give you a smile and provide a smile that you may not have experienced if you gave up on yourself. Meaning, a Friday could look much better than a Monday. But you got to get to that Friday. You got to get there. It's going to suck. You're not going to wonder if you're able to do it. You might crawl to the finish line. That's what it takes, crawl. But get there. I guarantee you that if you felt, and some of you have messaged me for years telling me that you have those days and nights, and some of you thank TKN for that, but we thank you for that because I guarantee you that you're a huge part of what we do. We like having conversations with you. We like having conversations that are centered around you. And I know that I speak for the luminaries and the TKN hosts. Obviously, the two on screen that you see here. It's never meant to be easy. Nothing in life, even life itself, isn't meant to be easy. I always say easy doesn't win ball games, but should it? You won't feel good about yourself. You haven't learned. You haven't grown. I don't want to be a one-hit wonder. I don't want to be sitting on some Mount Rushmore. I don't want to be on anybody's list of great this or good that or awesome this or awesome that. I want to have great conversations. I want to learn from people who've succeeded by rolling up their sleeves. I want to know people who heard the word can't and won't and don't far too often, only to say, I can, I will, I have. It's TKN, guys. It's the new network with a K. I'm going to say this, and if I forget anyone, please forgive me. For Jason Faunt. For Mr. Augustus Cho. For Coach Acie Earl. How about this? Out of nowhere for Bam Margera, guys and gals and pals, popping up out of nowhere in PA.
Crazy.
For Bushwhacker Luke, guys, WWE Hall of Famer. In case you don't know, he lost his partner and fellow Kiwi, Bushwhacker Butch. He lost him about a year and a half ago. They were cousins. They were tight. They were close. All of the names that I've just mentioned are in the TKN Celebrity Tournament now. You're going to see them maybe in matchups with one another, maybe spread out against some of the greats we have. They are going to be in this tournament. Remember what I brought up. If they want to bypass the 11th hour, they go right into round 2, but they're going to have to start at a deficit of -12. Michaela Skinner did that, but she still won. Or they might be inserted into 11th hour matchups. So, something we've never done, the Wheelhouse. Thank you, Miranda. I want to thank you, Miranda. I want to thank Kelly White. I want to thank Joe Rositano. I want to thank Peaceful Pete. I know Giselle's got her issues with the Peaceful one himself. I want to thank Pinocchio Joe, who's been here since the very first calendar year as well. We love ourselves some Pinocchio Joe. I want to thank Phil Justin. I want to thank every single person that is a part of this thing behind the scenes. And again, to all of you, Sal and Power Store and Julio and Eric and Allison and Lester Cook. I see you there, buddy. Thank you so much for those comments. For everyone, for Connie, who's joining us right now as well, Connie Gregory. There's so many more that watch our show after the fact. And remember, tonight's broadcast will be available again tomorrow at 9. So if this goes dark, once we end the broadcast, you will not see this broadcast like you do every Saturday night. It won't be on YouTube, but it will be up on our YouTube channel tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you want your friends and family to watch, if you don't see it tonight, we did not get blocked, but we will be back with this episode, a rerun, if you will, that you can watch and enjoy with anyone that means something to you anytime you'd like. It'll be uploaded on our video section of this channel tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. You'll be able to revisit it. Howard Collado, Giselle, love you guys a ton. We're going to keep fighting. We're going to keep growing because you know why we've already won? I don't usually do this, but to any person out there that leads with jealousy or envy, you can't win. You can't win because I already make a living. I already pay my bills. TKN is not some get-rich-quick scheme. It's not about the pot at the end of the rainbow. I've already won. I get to create magic with people I care about. I get to conceive topics that allow me to sit and have the best seat in the house, be in awe of people that go deep. I get a chance to sit here with the engine in the comment section. I get a chance to create stuff with Mich. And I found love in this place in the best romantic way you can imagine. What a love story. I got my brother here. I've won. This is a win. We've already won. We're going to do this no matter what. But there's a but, and it's a good one. Because even if there's a slim chance, and I believe there's a greater chance than slim, even if there's a slim chance that we get to do this for a living, we can't lose. We can't lose because we choose to do this no matter what. Guys, a very condensed outro. Enjoy it. It's short. It's not a long one, but it'll remind you of what we have coming down the pike on Wednesday. Yes, the Team Challenge returns. And on Saturday, July the 26th, next Saturday, because after 3 long weeks, the TKN Celebrity Tournament round number 2 returns. For Giselle, for Howard, for Mich. What a guy. Hope you guys enjoyed our special broadcast. Hope you enjoy this outro from us to you. first time ever, guys and gals, for the first time ever, perhaps a clue for a topic coming up. It is July 19th after all.